We are live.
Yay! How's the
Yay, yay. Oh, and a car's driving by. I'm framing this up now. Hey guys, welcome to Hack Shack Studios. RT Bear here, along with Taylor Grosso.
Hi everybody. Join the conversation. I'll read your chat. I'll be your voice.
We're gonna hang out again today. We had so much fun yesterday doing stuff. We're gonna do it again today with you. And I'm gonna be trying to get some black and white remastered done. And Taylor's going to be doing some writing and some graphics. And what else are you going to do?
I was thinking, we have kind of an announcement. I was thinking we could possibly do the ad for the addition to the Ultimate Tier art, if you're cool with that.
The Ultimate Tier. Are we actually going to do that? Do we dare do that?
Well, if you guys don't know, the Ultimate Tier is one of our bigger tiers on Remastered, and we were thinking about possibly adding a little more to it. We were thinking about adding the, am I allowed to say?
I don't know. So I guess the idea is that since we added an extra book, aka extra book, Greg Capullo variant, that the Ultimate Tier isn't as ultimate without it, maybe?
We added the Greg Capullo variant cover kind of mid-campaign after the Ultimate Tier was already planned, so it didn't get included in the Ultimate Tier.
So we're thinking of adding it to the Ultimate Tier.
Free of charge to the people who have already pledged towards the Ultimate Tier. So,
yeah.
And if you haven't gotten the Ultimate Tier yet, you will have that included as well. It's an addition to the Ultimate Tier.
Yeah, it's not, the Ultimate Tier still be the same price, but to make it more the true Ultimate Tier, we're going to add the Greg Capullo book to it.
Should I read all the stuff that comes in the Ultimate Tier?
Sure.
Alright, so in the Ultimate Tier, you pretty much get everything except for the 90s merchandise and the original art. So you get the PDF of the Black and White Remastered, you get the signed remastered graphic novel, always. You get the PDF of the remastered line art, you get the PDF of the 16-page story, and you get the physical 16-page bonus story ashcan. And inside your physical copy of the Black and White Remastered book, you get the head sketch, you get a mini print, you get your name in the special thanks section of the book, and you get a shout out on Hacks Chat. And now you also get the a second copy of the book, which is the Greg Capullo variant cover. So you get all that in the Ultimate Tier. It's pretty cool.
So now it's the ultimate tier. It's the penultimate. Is the penultimate supposed to be more ultimate than ultimate?
What does pen stand for?
I don't know. Penultimate. I heard somebody say that before.
It's ultimate plus a pen.
Plus one of these.
Oh, you guys see that? That's not the Sharpie. That's the nib.
That's the nibbage.
Broke it out, getting real serious.
I just realized his vest is not on model. I don't think it has...
Is it not?
Yeah, I don't think it has these. I think the later version has those.
The little indents.
Yeah.
Rita's gone through a whole lot of costume changes. Interesting.
We have the window open today, so you guys are going to hear...
Oh look, all the kids just got off school.
Some spice of life outside.
Maybe the neighbors will start playing music again.
Ooh, yes.
Hi, all the new people joining us. Hey, we got Sirena Sketches here. She's pretty cool.
Uh-oh, somebody's backing up.
Oh gosh, you're embarrassing me in front of Sirena Sketches.
You know what? The whole morning's been quiet, and now...
Oh look, the bus is coming back down the hill. Anyway. Art, what are you working on over there?
I'm trying to finish up this patch from yesterday. Patch Adams.
If you guys didn't tune in yesterday, and you should rewatch. I thought yesterday's was pretty good. I don't know.
I had a lot of fun.
I had a good time. But this is a patch that Art's working on. And I think it was page 19. Now I think it's page 21's patch. So sometimes the remastering requires new drawings like this. So
I guess let me see. Just to,
inked.
how's it? Is it framed up good?
Yeah, actually, it's framed up really good.
Okay. So let me see if I can reestablish this for the new people coming in. Let me see here. All right. So this is the page with the patch in it, and then this right here is, there's a little bit of remastering on this panel already, so it's not quite the original.
Light remastering.
Light remastering. So I'm going to trade this guy out for this guy here. I just thought it was more dynamic and more interesting. And so a lot of the new black and white remastered pages are going to have a lot of changes like this, where we're just kind of bringing it up to a 21st century standard.
Mm-hmm.
Because keep in mind, this was done 25 years ago, and so this was done, 2 days ago. So yeah, so I'm gonna ink this version up, and then I'll put it into that panel. I'll Photoshop it in.
You guys will be here every step of the way, keeping us company. If you guys have any questions or stuff, and if you just want to talk about music and anything and everything, feel free to chime in, keep us company.
Yes, and once again, apologize for the sound. Taylor and I are both using just the mic on the iPad here, so it might seem a little like the audio might not be quite as good.
Yeah, we used to do this by using Google Hangout, but we had another problem because since we're in the same room together, our mics would pick up each other's voices, particularly my mic. So it's kind of easier when we're both in the same room just to do this.
It's actually a lot more fun too.
Yeah.
Because this is actually how, we are working. This is how Taylor and I work every day. Like,
guys are getting the real experience right now.
Yeah, one of the things that we wanted to do with Hacks Chat is just kind of give you a day in the life of the studio here, and what the two of us talk about and what we do.
Oh, good question. Nick says, what music do you guys usually listen to when working?
Go ahead, Taylor.
We listen to, Art has a very extensive music collection. Very eclectic. I think, Art, you always say, like, you don't really care what genre it is as long as it's good.
Yeah, it's true.
Done. So there's he has quite a large music collection, and anything from Sabaton to, like, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, not a big country
No.
western person. I like old country, Johnny Cash stuff and things like that. I guess when it was country western, I guess country is more like
it's twang pop now.
Yeah, it's more pop. It's like Eagles music, and Taylor and I grew up in Southern California, and the Eagles are like, oh my gosh, growing up, the Eagles were everywhere. So
they're a national treasure.
Yeah, a California treasure. So I think I just got burnt. I'm not saying the Eagles aren't good, because they are, but I think I just got burnt out of that whole Eagles thing. And so, like, a lot of the new country music, it seems to me like it's very Eagles-ish.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
It's kind of like pop country. I guess you said it right. Is it twang pop?
Twang pop, yeah. I don't know. I know what you mean. Like, it's a totally different genre than it used to be. Like, you would never... If you had somebody listen to Johnny Cash and then even listen to something like the Dixie Chicks, they would be like, wow, this is not the same genre. And that was from years ago, too. They're not even a timely reference.
The blood, the guts, and the beer. My name is Sue. How do you do? Like, all
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah, like that's.
He's so drunk during that recording, you can just tell.
My name is Sue.
Cyrena said, Fleetwood Mac is great. I saw Stevie Nicks in concert once, front row.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Do I get to tell my Stevie Nicks story?
Which one?
Oh man.
Please do.
We were going to Maui family vacation.
Ooh.
And there's a small airport on the Maui island. So if you're coming into Maui, that airport's so tiny, it's all outdoors too. Like you'll see everybody that comes in. And so we were in the airport and we see this woman, and she's pushing an older lady in a wheelchair. And I was like, what is that?
A senior gypsy?
You senior gypsy. It's senior gypsy. It's like senior senor in what was that, Kim Possible?
I forgot all about
Senior. It was senior senor.
Senior.
And no, and it turns out the woman pushing the older lady was Stevie Nicks. And so the only thing I could think of is that maybe that was Stevie Nicks' mom.
Aww.
And so it was like cool. So I saw her. And then we checked in at the hotel. And it turns out at the hotel that I think it was Dr. Pepper or one of these like beverage companies. They have like these retreats for their executives and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so I guess they not that they rented it out. I don't know how they do it, but they had live concerts for the people
at the like resort.
At the resort. So
wow, that's cool.
So we're hanging out one day, and so we're you know, you got to get early so you can get your place, because there's this play. It's like there's the pool, and there's like 9 pools.
Ooh.
And there's the main one at the bottom.
Okay,
and
when you stay at these resorts, you never really have to leave the resort.
I
Right?
never do. I don't. Some people like to go do activities and stuff.
Seems like you wouldn't. You have 9 pools.
Yeah, I just like to just veg out. So, right next to the main pool at the bottom, because it's on a hill too, there's the ocean. And so there's this big grass area. And so in the grass area, there was a stage set up. So when we went out early to get our space, you know, by the pool / beach, there was, what is his name? The Cheeseburger in Paradise guy. What is his name?
I don't know.
Jimmy Buffett? Is that his name? so we're just walking, and it's like check, and
he
it's
was
like,
probably like, I really regret that song right now.
It's
I'm
like,
trying to relax.
It's like, hey, that's the only song I know. I think.
Hey, you want a cheeseburger?
No, it's like Cheeseburger in Paradise.
No, he probably heard it a million times, like on vacation.
And so we're getting our space by the pool, and we're listening to Jimmy Buffett, right? So the cool thing is, it's like, it wasn't just for the people, the executives or whoever, like the Dr. Pepper. And the reason I knew this is because there's Dr. Pepper logos over everything and on the stage and stuff like that.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah. So then we're like, oh, okay. Jimmy Buffett is playing while we're hanging out at the pool. This is cool.
Sir, can you put your headphones in? This is for the rich people over here.
This is just for the people at the Dr. Pepper or whatever. And so, yeah, so that was cool. And so
pretty neat.
It was the whole weekend. It was like the whole week there were these shows. And so then towards the end, it was on the weekend. I think that was during the week. So the weekend, then it's like Stevie Nicks is up on stage. So I because once we got at the airport and saw her, that was it. I didn't see her anymore until she was up on stage. So then I realized that she had flown in, and that definitely was her, and that she went in with her mother or whatever it was.
Aww. And
was going to hang out, have a good time in Maui, and listen to some music and drink some Dr. Pepper, I guess.
I I picture her twirling with her scarf, but she has like a Dr. Pepper in her hand.
And her mom just so happy. She's so proud of her. Look at my daughter up there drinking a Dr. Pepper and twirling like a witch. Like a witch. Like the witch she is.
Oh my gosh, what does it say at that part? There's a lyric.
Well, I never, like, was she a gypsy or is she a witch?
You could be both.
Is she a gypsy witch?
They're a similar motif, I'd say. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So we got to listen to music while we were there, so it was pretty cool.
You've run into a lot of musicians. I don't have a lot of like running into celebrity stories or like musicians or anything really.
Ooh, wait. Okay, keep going.
I can't think of any, so it was not that exciting.
Oh, I don't have it here anymore. Where is it?
I haven't even been to a concert in like years. The last one I went to was that Florence and the Machine concert, and that was pretty cool. That was a good one.
Oh man, I had that David Grohl signature over here for a while, so it must have got moved.
Oh man.
I hope I didn't lose it.
Oh no! Amongst all the black and white notes.
We were at the. Well, what did you get to meet Florence, or what was the deal?
No, I just saw her. She ran through the crowd, like, right by me, and I had, like, a delayed freak out that was really embarrassing because everybody had already reacted.
Did you get to reach out and grab her?
Tried to touch her hair.
Was
she was too fast.
Because she knows.
She started, like, she was, like, jumping around, and then, like, during the part of the song where it started jamming out and she didn't have to sing, she, like, leapt off the stage and, like, ran through the entire audience. And everybody was trying to grope at her, and she ran past us and then disappeared down the stairs and got back, and she was all out of breath. So the next part of the song was a little delayed.
I would imagine like you'd have to move fast, otherwise you'd just kind of get like mobbed.
It was pretty cool though. Like she has a really strong voice, but I haven't run into like a celebrity in the wild like that.
Yeah, we were at what is it called? It's one of like the Disney. They call it resort, like it's here in California. It's not really a resort.
The big hotel though, right?
Yeah, I've been to resorts. It's not a resort. I think one of the classifications, the very least classification to call yourself a resort is you have to have a golf course, and they do not have. They do not have a golf course.
I think in the least you need to not have like plastic cartoon statues in the lobby.
I don't know. I like those stupid plastic statues.
Oh man, when a lot of those Disney stores went out of business, like I wonder if they sold any of those. They used to have a Figment one. Somebody probably owns it privately now.
Oh, you mean like the Disney like mall stores? Or
yeah.
Whatever? Yeah.
There's still one by my house.
Is there really?
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen. So that's another thing we listen to.
But let me finish.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're in the lobby and we're checking in. What is it called? The Grand Californian or something like that.
That's a nice one.
And so this is a couple years ago. So Amanda's older. She knows who these people are. No, Amanda's my daughter, and it's not Taylor. And I have a wife, and it's not Taylor. So just for you guys.
In case you don't know.
We get asked that a lot. So
I was very touched yesterday though, and someone's like, "I hope that my kid and I have a relationship like Art and Taylor." Anyway, go ahead.
Well, they definitely picked up on the age difference. So yeah, I lean to her and I go, "That's David Grohl over there," and there's the guy with these tattoos, and then he's got, I think it was a little girl
Aww.
in a stroller. And a younger woman, I don't know if it was his wife, his girlfriend, or his nanny, or whatever it was. And so he's kind of not standing next to him, because I think he's realized that, you know, it's okay for him to get mobbed, but he didn't really want to get his family mobbed.
Especially with a baby.
If somebody, you know, figured out who he was, like I did. And so he's kind of standing. You can tell he doesn't really want, you know, he just wants to kind of check out and get out of there. And so I wasn't for sure that it was him, because
I mean, dude with long hair and a beard.
An ugly dude with long, yeah, exactly. He's not exactly like one of a kind.
No.
Especially in Southern California.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So I told Amanda, because she's got her phone there, I said, I said, he's got two feathers. Like, I think he's got one feather on his forearm.
Ooh, good thinking.
And one on his, like, both his forearms, I think have I think the feather's like almost the length of his forearm.
Like inner forearm, right?
Yeah, I think. And
I
so,
think you're right.
And so I just told her, I said, just Google, just check to see if he's got those tattoos.
Smart thinking.
And so she's like, look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is him. So he's one of my favorite musicians of all time. So I couldn't let it go. I had to do this. I know it's obnoxious or whatever, but I thought it was pretty cool, actually. So I just went up to him, and I was like, David Grohl was like, yeah. I said, I just want to take a moment and thank you for all the amazing work that you've done in the past, and just to let you know that, you know, I really enjoy your music and your drum playing and all that. He goes, oh, that's cool. And so
that was a cool move. Yeah,
so the ultimate, or the really cool part of it is that I had just checked in, and so I had, they give you like this card, and it opens up, and then it has like the keys to your room, those like those credit card keys. And so I was just like, hey, could you sign this?
That's a classy way to do it, because it's not like an inconvenience. Like, you already have it.
Yeah, so he signed it, and then I just let it go. But the cool thing is, it's his signature on that piece of paper, that cardboard thing. So I not only have like that as a memory of like staying at the hotel with my family around Christmas time, but I also have David Grohl's signature on it. So
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's not bad. I gotta say, as far as like celebrity, like it's a cool celebrity, but also like you did the classy thing of not being like, oh my god, like,
yeah.
And you had a thing already that he could casually sign, so you could just pass it.
Well, he also like he walked away from the lobby with me. So as soon as he saw that I recognized him, he kind of walked away from the lobby.
So you could move on without getting mobbed.
Yeah. So then I kind of didn't want to keep him there very long. So I just got the signature and told him that I liked his playing. And then we moved on. And so I'm glad to say that he was unscathed. He actually got out of there before anybody else recognized him.
Can you tell him the Willem Dafoe story, which is the polar opposite?
Oh my! I really felt bad for Willem Dafoe that day. Sure, do you guys want to hear it?
There's some Spider-Man people in here that I think will.
Yeah.
Level 3 just appeared and said, "Hey, my people."
My people. My people.
My people.
Yeah. So this was the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and I was doing the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book for Marvel at the time, and so I don't remember how this came about, but somehow I got invited on the set. And so they used to, before Marvel was huge, there was I forget, the McDonnell Douglas, or it was one of these. There was a lot of aerospace in Southern California, like McDonnell Douglas and Hughes and Northrop and stuff like that. And so they had like these different factories and facilities around SoCal. And so I think this was the one that did the space shuttle or something in Bellflower or Downey, and it was closed now. I think Marvel bought them, and they were using it as a back lot. And I think they used a lot of like the bigger factory facilities as sound stages.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was kind of Marvel Studios before Marvel Studios kind of thing.
Before the shared universe.
Yeah, so this is the first Spider-Man movie thing. And so, we're close in proximity, and I got invited. Like I said, I don't remember how it came about. And so we're there.
You had already worked on Ultimate Spider-Man and everything by that point, right?
Yeah, I was actually still working on the book at that point. So
nice.
We checked in. I actually got the whole studio was there. Like I said, I don't know how it happened. but the whole studio, like Hack Shack at the time, went, and so there were 3 or 4 of us, and so we went through, like, I guess we were supposed to wear a certain like type of clothing, so because we were going to be in the film in the shoot
Extras.
as extras, yeah, and so I remember like not all of us fit the criteria, so I do remember going into like wardrobe, I guess, and so they outfitted me with some gear.
That's pretty cool.
Some stuff, and so yeah, I had a jacket and some other. I can't remember all that it was. So anyway, so we're filming, and it's the what is her name? Macy Gray. What is I forget the singer.
Yeah, the singer. I forgot she made an appearance in that movie.
So it's like the festival, like the New York scene festival scene, and so I think it's the first appearance of Green Goblin in the film, or as Green Goblin, and so we're there, and we're kind of doing our extra thing. I remember when the director, there was a crowd scene, and we're supposed to all run because the Goblin was coming in and wreaking havoc or something, and so I just remember that me and the guys in the studio and a few other people, when they yelled action, we were running, but we were laughing so hard because it was so surreal. It was just like, oh, this is crazy. Like, we're screaming, we're just laughing our butts off.
It'd be hard not to.
Yeah, because it felt so odd. And so the director or whatever says, cut. And they're like, what's going on? And so they came up to us and they're like, you're supposed to be scared. The Green Goblin just showed up and he's wreaking havoc and stuff. So you're not supposed to be happy and smiling and giggling and laughing. So we were like, oh, okay, sorry. And so they did it again. Of course, we laughed and giggled more, but they just kept shooting. They didn't talk to us that time. They just kept shooting.
Okay, enough is enough.
Yeah, so eventually we were like, oh, we better stop because this is getting crazy. And so anyway, long story short, we do our half day, like the morning and then to like lunchtime. And so they have these, like, they feed everybody, like these shoots, they feed everybody. So they have these makeshift tents. I guess a tent by the definition is a makeshift house. I don't know. But anyways, it was a tent.
Never thought about it, but you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't makeshift, it was just a tent. And so, so we're all eating lunch and everything, and so all the extras are in one tent, and then the stars are in another, and so me and the rest of the guys that are in the studio, we just kind of left the tent for a minute, and we're just kind of hanging outside of it, and so I guess they were kind of getting the stars over to the set, and they were trying to do it, I guess, before, or so people that were the extras wouldn't commingle with them.
I can see that.
So they were kind of like trying to segregate the celebrities from, us.
The help.
The riffraff, as it were. And so anyway, so we walk out, and then there's Willem Dafoe. He's right there. He's right outside the tent, and so. Oh, that's right. They had already kind of excused everybody, but for some reason, there were a lot of people still in the tent. And so we were some of the first to come out of the tent. And so we're just like, hey, Willem. And he's like, hey, guys. It's like, he's just talking. Hey, how do you like it so far? Blah, blah, blah.
Aww.
He's like, I'm going to do the scene on the speeder myself. And so he's just kind of talking to us. And it was kind of cool.
Casual.
Yeah, just casual.
Genuine.
And so then we just asked him, do you mind if we walk over to the set with you? And he's like, cool. He's like, no problem. And so, I mean, we could have walked all the way over to the set with Willem Dafoe and just had a great time, just hanging out with him and talking to him. And then this guy comes out.
Oh, no.
And he sees Willem Dafoe, and he's like, oh my gosh, this guy just loses his crap. I've never seen like this kind of like fanaticism firsthand. And he's like, oh my gosh, it's Willem Dafoe. It's Willem Dafoe. And so then he runs into the tent real quick. He goes, hey, everybody, it's Willem Dafoe. And so then he runs back out. And,
oh, no.
Oh, excuse me. And so Willem Dafoe's doing that, like shh, shh. You know how you put your finger up to your
Yeah.
mouth and you're just like, shh, don't, just be quiet, you know? And so the guy, he can't help himself. He's just losing his mind. So all the shushes in the world are not going to,
Oh.
like, you know, stop this guy. So by this time now, everybody is out of the tent. And so then Willem just looks at, like, there's probably 200 people or whatever the hell it is. So they're all coming out. And so he looked like a deer in a headlight. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get mobbed by these people. And so just then the security comes up and they're like in a golf cart. And so they come up and they just swoop up Willem Dafoe and get him in the golf cart and they drive off. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy ruined like just a great, one of those once in a lifetime kind of moments.
Man, it sucks.
With Willem Dafoe. Yeah, it wasn't cool. That guy blew it.
There's always somebody.
He ruined our good time.
Could have hung out with Willem Dafoe, but no. Pretty jacked.
Yeah, so that's the Willem Dafoe story. Hey everybody, it's Willem Dafoe! He's just yelling at the top of his lungs. It's Willem Dafoe!
I like that he wanted to be the one that announced it too.
Yeah.
He was just like, this is my moment. Everybody's gonna love this.
Yeah, I'm gonna score points with all these people.
Let's see. We got Silverleaf Silvermoon says, I grew up on Kiss. And we got some Kiss talk, and then we have Sheldon says, LOL, bummer. And Level 3 says, Willem, I want to party with you. Yeah, Art almost did.
Yeah. It was not meant to be that day.
Still pretty cool.
Yeah, still got a story out of
It's
it.
a pretty good story. That guy looks like a weasel in it, but I don't know. I know that I can't think of like a celebrity that I would see and be like that excited about.
Well, I don't think it would. For me, it wouldn't have been Willem Dafoe.
I'm Willem Dafoe is pretty cool, but I think also like if I was super like nervous, like if it was a celebrity I really liked, I don't think I'm the type where I'd be like, oh my gosh, start like yelling about it. Like I think I'd just be too nervous to approach them.
Yeah.
It's a weird reaction to be like, I need to tell everyone.
Yeah, that's the odd thing, is that he was kind of just screaming.
Everyone needs to know that Willem Dafoe is here.
Yeah, he was crazed out of his mind. Hey, everybody.
That's hilarious.
Hey, everybody. He was just like, everyone, mob this guy.
Oh gosh, it must be like, no wonder celebrities are so out of touch.
You have to stay, I guess, a certain level, you have to stay insulated, you know, because of stuff like this.
Yeah, because like, number one, you'd never be around anybody again who treated you like you were like a human being. And then also, yeah, like, you can't really go anywhere without being mobbed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thanks to the current social and political environment, along with the legal issues they have, I feel a degree of hate inside of Hollywood celebrity. Or a hate inside for Hollywood celebrities, says James. I mean, you know, Hollywood's never really been...
Oh, you mean James? James?
I know James Hayes says that because of the current social and political environment that Hollywood is in and the legal issues that they brought up, he feels a certain degree of like hate or dislike for celebrities. And like the thing is, I don't know, I won't speak for you, Art, but I think that like people in Hollywood have never been super, I don't know, the environment doesn't really reflect real reality, so people who kind of live in that environment and kind of work in that environment always have kind of some kind of weirdness when it comes to social political stuff.
Yeah, I don't hate them as much as I just think I dislike the fact that they can normalize or seemingly normalize bad behavior.
Yes.
So one of the things is like the tabloids, and they say these things and they do these things in these reality shows, and they seem like it's normal behavior. And if you're watching that and you're not you're not aware that this really isn't normal behavior. The Kardashians or whoever or whatever political, like sometimes these celebrities get political with their leanings and stuff like that. And I just think it's a little hypocritical when you have somebody, and I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, but I think like MTV and some of these places ran ads in the last election, and there was a lot of the Avengers guys, like there was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And what's the actress, Scarlett Johansson, and they were kind of political, vocally political about stuff.
I can't imagine Scarlett Johansson having like a political discussion.
Yeah. Well, she marched on like the White House, I think, after not Obama.
If she marched on Obama,
that would have been hilarious. That would have been so hilarious.
I won't stand.
stand for this. No, it was Donald Trump. Yeah. But they were just kind of like, vote this year and whatever, and then they were like, they're not so much saying who to vote for, but they're kind of leaning towards like a definitely certain person. Like, we don't want, I'm not going to name his name, but we don't want a certain type of person in the White House, So they're saying things like they're coy and they're not really committing, but you know who they're talking about.
Don't you want to be cool and vote for the same person as Captain America?
As Captain America's vote. Yeah, it's exactly like that. And so then I'm thinking, okay, Robert, like it wasn't that long ago that you were doped up and breaking into people's houses. And what did he break into, like...
He slept in like a child's bed.
Yeah, he just breaks into some house and then he just falls asleep in some kid's bedroom on her bed.
I mean, who hasn't?
Yeah, but that's not normal behavior. That's not like... And like, why should I go, you know what, Robert... You are an upstanding citizen.
You make the right decisions.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to you and your political leanings. It's like, no, I mean, he's a guy. He's just a guy. He's got his own beliefs and stuff like that, and that's all fine. But you're going on national television and you're kind of telling people morally how they should think and how they should believe. And that's where I think, for me, that's where I think it gets weird.
I feel like too it's more to segue into what somebody said too, like it's more actors that are like that than like musicians. Like musicians do get political, Green Day and stuff like that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Or you too.
Oh, you too. Yeah, like
yeah.
But the thing is, it's not like all musicians. I feel like I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of musicians that get super political. I was gonna say they didn't
Madonna.
do as much. Oh my gosh. Don't go for second best. But yeah, it's always weird to see somebody that's, I don't know.
Well, you're an actor. Okay, so...
My problem is the mingling with the common folk type, like, demeanor they take about it. Like, we're gonna we'll tell the common folk how to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Us.
Yeah.
Somebody said, can you imagine, let me see, blah, Good afternoon. Hello, you guys.
Hey, guys.
You take your life into your own hands if you partied with 70s Ace and got the Ace freely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about him not that long ago.
I'm listening to his Spaceman album, I guess. It's his newest album. And I think Gene Simmons played on it. We're all over the place.
We are.
Yeah. I kind of like it. I think it's pretty good. It's not bad.
70s Ace must have been wild. Let's see. Kid Rock went political enough to consider running for office, apparently, according to James.
Wait. Kid Rock?
Kid Rock has some insane beliefs, so I can only imagine.
So he was thinking he was going to run for some kind of office?
I guess so.
What's his qualifications?
I don't know, but he's kind of insane. Apparently, Kane from WWE is a mayor of a city. And then Ray Fulu says, I like Alice Cooper's take on it. Only idiots look to musicians for political guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like just read your booklet that they send you. Bone up on all the different things. Who's your guy? And then just make up your own mind. What does it matter what anybody else thinks? Just vote your conscience.
Yeah. And isn't that your responsibility anyway? Like, if you can be swayed so easily of like, oh, Captain America told me, like, he might not be making the right decisions.
Yeah, and I read, like, when they do these polls, like these election polls, that there are people, believe it or not, that wait till the last minute to vote because they're waiting to see how other people vote.
Oh my, people are so.
So
like,
they want to be able, I guess, the water cooler the next day is to say that they voted for a winner. Like, I voted for a winner? Well, congratulations, you won. Like, I didn't know this was a sporting event.
Cool. It's not really about that. Like, you're that competitive.
I voted for a winner.
I'm gonna take some pictures of these pogs right now.
Pogs. Pog up.
Actually, I'm holding...
Wait, hold. Grab me one. I'm going to show.
Okay, this is my favorite slammer.
Okay, this is a slammadamma.
This slammer's... Somebody's going to own this slammer, but it's my favorite one.
Okay, these are... If you guys don't know what pogs are, these are pogs right here.
We did a game. We played pogs live.
Taylor figured out how to play pogs.
Yeah, we played it on Instagram and we did it on Facebook Live. And I think we did it here too.
Yeah, it was fun. And so these are part of the campaign too. Actually, I think we closed the 90s tiers.
We did.
So you can't get these anymore. What should we should do something with these. We got a bunch more.
Ooh, show them this one too. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'll trade you.
Jeez, that car was loud.
Silver and gold decorations.
Yeah. On every Indiegogo.
These are 1993. These are vintage.
I love this gold Whitney. I might steal it. We can't. Somebody already claimed. Actually, well.
You could chuck these things.
No! They're precious. You guys, once these are gone, they're gone.
Well, they can't get them.
Yeah, they're... You know what? They're gone.
You're just teasing them.
Well, I mean, the one I just showed, this one belongs to somebody.
Yeah, well, we did have the tier, so some people are getting them. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a gold Whitney pog I just touched. One of you will own this. If you got the 90s collector or the 90s, they're actually really hard. The slammers are hard to photograph.
If you don't pocket them.
Oh, Sheldon says, is POG an acronym? Also, what is this drawing for?
Oh, this one? Okay, I'll explain it as soon as I get his mouth in here.
Silver and... Ooh, it's almost going to be Christmas.
Okay, let me see. Let's find my stuff. Find my examples. Those are my examples.
Am I on new stuff? I got my laptop over here.
I got so much junk around me.
Ooh, there's a gear logo on this black.
Wait, let me see it.
I forgot that there was
Let us see it. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, so we actually have what is it? It's Model 316.
Yeah, Model 316.
And he has these ooh, this has the tagline, in a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. Ooh, it says Hack Shack Studios here too. It says,
oh, nice.
1993, RT Bear and Hack Shack Studios Incorporated. This is a corporation. We're very official here. 1994, the summer. These were promotional, I think.
Kyung Lee is joining us in the chat, actually.
Kyung!
We gotta get him back on.
You know what, Kyung? You gotta come here and hang out at the studio.
Yes!
We have plenty of room. We got another drawing board here.
Let's do a live stream where we go eat In-N-Out.
Ooh, we can eat In-N-Out, Kyung, and we can eat In-N-Out, and you can work on Knuckle Bomb, and we can work on Black and White.
Yes.
We'll do a jam party. The reason we're saying Kyung, if you guys haven't seen his Indiegogo, I think he's hours or 2 days away from funding.
Pretty close, I think.
Well, he's overfunded, but closing his campaign. So go check out his Indiegogo. It's called Knuckle Bomb. That's a great name.
Knuckle Bomb. Yeah, we did an interview, a Hack Shack interview with Kyung a while back.
We should get him back in here. We'll draw live. Okay, so you guys asked...
What's the drawing for?
Yeah, what's the drawing for? Okay, so this is the start of a remaster. This is partially remastered. So I wasn't really happy with this pose. So this was 1994. This was drawn originally in 1994. So in 25 years, I think I've got a little bit better. So there's some anatomy problems and things I had with this drawing. And so the remastering, the black and white remastering, is going to be not just kind of cleaning up the lines and adding a lot of, like, this background isn't in the, you know what? Where's the original comic? It's right here.
Yeah. Here.
Oh, I can do the original here. Ooh, you guys can see the before, after, after. Look at, I love this book so much it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Oh, here it is. You know what? I'm just going to do it this way since it's already falling apart.
Aww.
I know. It's much loved. All right, here we go. So this is the original from the book. And so then this is, like I said, slightly remastered. So you can see some of the backgrounds. The car's tightened up. Some of the ground details are different.
There was a lot of work put in there.
Let me fold this.
The thing
over
is,
here.
like, when it comes to seeing this stuff remastered, when you really look at it, like, a lot of the work is obvious, but there's a lot of little things, too.
Yeah, so there's some more background details and things throughout. And so then it went from here to this start of remastering to the completely new figure. So I just scanned the pencils in and wanted to see how the placement would look in this panel. So that's why this version exists. And so then now I'm inking up this drawing here. And once I'm done with this, then I'll put that, I'll scan it, and then I'll put it in to the backgrounds in Photoshop. So it'll look like this in the end. So that's kind of the long explanation. And also it kind of helps explain a little bit about the remastering process.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this.
Yeah, so it really is going to be like a completely, like a brand new book. Yeah. I hope that helped.
I think so. Does that help you guys? Also, you got the people who are asking, Knuckle Bomb has a day left. I'll post the link in the description. And our Indiegogo is still active. We did, like, the Indiegogo is already concluded, but we're in demand right now. So if you missed out on black and white, you can still pick up a copy as well.
Yes.
I'm trying to send myself pictures of these Pogs. Never played Pog or anything like it. It's basically, and someone asks, isn't Pog basically the same as marbles? I've never played marbles.
It kind of is. So I think the marble principle, I believe, okay, you have a circle, right? And so then you put so many of your marbles in there, and then your opponent puts so many of his marbles in the circle. And then you have, I think it's like a steely, or like they call them boulders or steelies. They're like a bigger marble.
Oh, those are the thicker.
The bigger ones, yeah. And so I think you do this kind of movement, if you can see that. So you have like the marble here, and you just kind of bop, bop, bop. And so the idea is you get the bigger one, and then you hit the marbles, and they blow out.
Okay.
And so I think whatever marbles go outside of the circle, you get those marbles.
It is similar to Pogs then, because you can play for keeps with Pogs, or not for keeps.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you knock them out of a pile. So it's kind of the same.
Yeah, so I
concept.
think the Pogs are you stack them, right? So you stack all the cardboard Pogs,
Yes.
and then you have that plastic one that we showed, and then you slammer, and then you slam it on top of the stack, right? And then whatever flies out of the stack is yours.
Whatever flies out of the stack you claim is yours.
Yeah.
And then, whoever gets the most wins.
But like you said, you can play for keeps or not.
Or not, yeah.
I think the reason they changed the rule is because kids were playing it at school, and I think it's like
they were banned from several schools.
Because I think it's like betting, right? It's like illegal. It's like gambling.
They did that with Pokemon cards at our school too, because kids get competitive, and we still played.
Yeah, I think it's competitive, or not competitive, but it's like gambling.
Let's see. No one will actually play the games with these limited black and white Pogs, right? I mean, when you have them, you can play the game with them, but just keep in mind, they are the last of their kind.
You know what? We should. I don't know. We still have a little bit of them. Should we maybe reissue those? What does everybody think? Should we maybe do a tier with Pogs in them again?
If you guys want these Pogs, there's a little bit left, but like I keep saying, when they are gone, they are gone. And the tiers that contain them are now, they're full. But if you want them, and we have a couple other 90s things, if you guys are interested in that stuff, hit us up because we can reissue a limited tier. I have a 1/4-inch slammer with the Spawn Face logo on it. Well, that's pretty cool, Kyung Lee.
Yeah, I think all the Image guys did Pogs. Ooh, wait, is that get that uncut Pog? Is it in that box?
Oh, you know
there?
what? Yeah, here. It's inside a.
Yeah, it might be a little shiny.
So
it might be hard to see.
If you guys want those.
Image Comics, not these though. These were like a set that I think these were prototypes. This didn't happen. So
was this called College Gate Caps?
Collegiate. No, is that collegiate?
It is collegiate.
Collegiate, yeah. Collegiate. Caps.
Yeah, but there's still some. So.
Ooh, it was a production in association with Hack Shack Studios. That's us, Taylor. That's us.
Cool.
Ooh, it says for ages 3 and up,
Ooh.
and it says nor for human consumption. It doesn't say not.
Nor.
N-O-R. Can you guys see that?
It's nor for human consumption.
I didn't put this together, you guys.
Let's test that theory out.
Nor for human consumption.
Well.
All I know is I did write this. In a world where law and order are often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. Look at this one. I want this one right here.
That's a good one.
Ooh, give me that other one that was the promotional one with the cog. I want to see how it stands up to this
Where's
one.
the cog one?
Cog.
I just put
It's
this
got
all
greens.
Is that one rare? Why am I having such a hard time finding it?
It's rare.
Wow, actually, here.
All we have is a handful of these left. So yeah.
Most of these are claims, so I'm trying to be careful with them.
Yeah.
If you bought the Ultimate Tier or the 90s...
I don't know which one you guys like better.
Or if you bought any of the 90s collectors, not the Ultimate Tier, then I'm being very delicate with your Pogs right now.
I think this one's more rare. It's the same logo, but I like the black and white starkness of this one too. They're both cool. And they're the same size.
Are they?
Yeah.
They should be perfect.
So you can stack them, rack them, stack them, and pack them. So there's that.
The character on top looks like Red Skull. Ooh, spoiler alert.
We can't talk about Red Skull.
Can't talk about that.
Let's just say for the sake of argument, it is Red Skull.
Let's see. Ever considered offering a set of black and white poker cards with the book? Ooh.
Well, poker cards would just be a deck of cards, right?
But black and white themed? I mean...
Are there 52 cards? How many cards are...
I think there are. 52 pickup.
52 cards, and there's 52 weeks in a year, right?
Yeah. Wait,
Ooh.
I don't know. Are there 52 weeks in a year?
Thanks, you made me feel smart for a moment there.
Well, I don't want to be wrong. Oh, look.
I'm seeing symmetry.
I'm scared now.
Poker is much like life.
It is. I lose all the time.
You know what'd be...
Black and white poker chips.
You know what, with Kyung and I think like Andrew Huerta is a Cal guy, and so is Mike S. Miller.
Why don't we do a meetup? Is that where you're going?
No, I was thinking, why don't we have poker night?
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I can read you guys the chat the whole time because I suck at poker.
Well, I do too, but it'll be fun. As long as we're not betting on anything real.
But I can read it and make sure the camera's in working order.
What if we just bet Pogs?
Ooh. These are precious. You can't bet with these.
What would we bet with then? Because I don't have any money. No, I don't have any money.
These Pogs are priceless, Art. What if we like have... What if we have like favors for each other's like upcoming books? So it's like, this is a head sketch or something. No, because you can have to be chipped. So
I don't want it to be work either, though.
Yeah, you're right. We have to make special Comics Gate poker chips, and we can use those, and then you can cash them in for like prizes. I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna have to try to figure out somebody else to make up the rules.
What are you saying?
I'm saying we're choking here. I just like the poker chip canister.
Play penny poker, says John. Wait, says James.
Yeah, I can afford a penny.
Pennies or candy, says Bethany. Raythulu says drawing supplies.
Gosh, if you price drawing supplies, why don't we just bet money?
I know, I would not want to do that.
Unless they're used supplies. Like, here's my
spent nibs.
My nib that's broken, or my...
I'll see you with French curve and raise you 3 lead holders, says Raythulu.
Ooh, I could bet this one. Wait, where is it? I just had it here. I'll bet this one. This one's broken.
That's a good one. What are you talking about?
This is well loved. The only reason I keep it is because this edge is worn perfectly.
So it still works.
Yeah, it's really smooth. And there's like, when you buy these brand new, like this, it's like the edge is a little too crisp.
Yeah.
But once you kind of drag a nib on it a couple times, it rounds it perfectly.
It gets tore up like midway, and then it finds a sweet spot.
Yeah, and it's found its sweet spot. I think Taylor sat on this one.
Probably. Why is it broken?
Yeah. I just made that up. She didn't sit on this.
I'm very careful with those.
You know what? I probably threw it at her. That's more likely.
Probably.
That's why she's a little gun shy.
Where'd you put that thing?
Where's that French curve?
How about black and white Tootsie Rolls? James and I are just talking crazy.
Tootsie Rolls, man.
How would you have a well...
I'm a Tootsie Pop guy.
Ooh, Tootsie Pops are the best.
You had one yesterday.
I did.
That's right.
It was good. It was a sour Tootsie Pop.
They make those?
Yes. It was good. I enjoyed it. All that residual Halloween candy I took from my brother. He's getting to the age where that's not going to be a thing anymore, I think. But, well, it's still around.
I don't even know if Halloween's going to be around much longer. At least the traditional trick-or-treat thing.
Yeah. How was your turnout with the trick-or-treaters?
God, we had like maybe... Because now like a lot of the trick-or-treaters, they go in groups.
Yeah, they do.
More than they go individuals. So I'd say we probably had 5 or 6 groups.
Really?
Of kids. Yeah. Not a lot.
So I didn't... Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there on Halloween. I was out with my brother, but
you guys went to Knott's Berry Farm, right?
We did.
Not Scary Farm.
Not Scary Farm. But like, my grandparents have been having progressively. They used to have a neighborhood that had a lot of trick or treaters. Like since the time I was a little kid, there was always a trick or treater presence, and over the years, there's been less and less. It's kind of sad, actually.
You know what? I just thought of something. You know that scene in like that movie Chitty Bang Bang, where there's that guy that collects the kids.
Ooh, the what do they call him? The child catcher or something?
Yeah, and there's that one point where the town is like void of any kids. That's actually kind of what Halloween seems like now. It really does. Like there should be.
Oh my gosh! Why don't we start that rumor? Like,
or that's my next Halloween costume. That guy.
Yes, actually, that'd be really cool. Because if you start that spooky rumor, there's like a child thief around. That's not a kidnapper, but like a spooky child thief like that. Then maybe kids will be like, "Ooh, spooky Halloween," and they'll want to go out. Or they'll be terrified and not want to go out.
I think,
especially if you dress up as him and then they.
Yeah, I think that might be.
But that'd be fun for us.
Yeah, we could do it. Let's do it.
I mean, if they're not gonna go out and trick or treat. You know what though? Like, if you guys, we never did the T-Bear family plot tour, but the T-Bear family goes all out when it comes to Halloween decorations, and by my house there was like none.
No house is decorated?
Not really. They're like, just speaking of trick-or-treaters being less and less, I feel like less and less people are putting in the effort with decorations too. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I just think that it's either new kids aren't being born.
Aww.
or there's just something going on. Like, they have like these, what are they called? Like churches have, trunk or treats.
Oh, someone just brought that up in the chat like a second ago.
Yeah.
It's almost all trunk or treat at the church where I live now because people got too mean. Still, people go to shopping malls.
Yeah, but the thing is, we talk about it here, like, most of that stuff that people still claim as being, like, scary or whatever about Halloween, all that stuff was, like, they're, like, urban legends.
Yeah, they are.
All that razor blade nonsense and all that garbage, like, that was all media.
Going out of... Because what would happen is, like, things would happen on Halloween, but... the stories would get reported, and then they'd have a conclusion that wasn't as headliney, so no one would know what actually happened. They would hear, like, oh, some guy's sticking razor blades and stuff in Halloween, and then the headline would come out like, no, it didn't actually happen, but nobody would be paying attention by then, and stuff like that. James still insists he got razor blades in his candy once. I remember last chat we talked about this. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I feel like all the holidays...
Are you sure, James, it wasn't somebody who just wanted to do away with you?
It might have been.
Like a family member.
I hate to say this, but it usually is.
Yeah.
In most of those tales.
I'm not saying it was the case with you, James.
Yeah, we're kind of joking, but
yeah.
But for the most of those things, it isn't usually a stranger. Do you guys have a lot of people around here decorate for Christmas?
We don't even get a lot of that either.
We don't. We used to. And then in my neighborhood, like, hardly anyone even puts up lights. What's going on with people these days?
We do. We go all out for everything.
I think it's cool.
Even Thanksgiving, we're like crazy. Like, let's get the turkey stuff out, the pumpkin, the wreath.
All this fall stuff.
Yeah, the browns, the golds, the oranges.
It's fun. I don't know. There's just like I feel like people are doing it less and less. So I'm glad when people put in the effort, keep things fun. I know that that's the next holiday.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about it. I'm trying to make sure these pogs are well lit in these photos.
What are you doing?
I'm mocking something up with these pogs in case people are interested in receiving them.
Oh, you're putting graphics together for the Indiegogo site?
Yeah. Since people seem to be interested in the pogs. That's because Christmas decorations are tacky looking now, says Bethany. I don't know about that.
My wife loves those inflatables. We might have to do inflatables this year. I like that one that it's like, what do they call those? Snow globes? Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
Where it has like a Christmas character in the middle. It's a ball and it has a Christmas character in the middle. And then it's got a fan and it blows snow around inside of it. It's pretty cool.
I've seen a few of them. Pretty neat.
We had a blow up, Taylor. It was pretty cool. You know how like the side of the house here juts out kind of into the front yard and there's that big deck there for the pool? We had an inflatable there one year on the deck. And so it's, you know, it sets up probably about 3-4 feet off the ground.
It's
the deck does.
Up, yeah.
So it looks like a little platform. And so, you know what? I might get one of those inflatables for my wife this year.
Aww.
I'll put it there. Yeah, it looked really cool there.
We need that pog money.
So you can also get your Psycho Circus books.
Yes, I know. I've been waiting. If I get a free chance, I'm supposed to go to brunch with some family, and I might it's in the general area of a comic store, and if we have to wait, I might go and see if they have Psycho Circus and bring it in.
You're probably gonna have to order those, I bet.
Do you think they'll be really hard to find?
I think so. They're just older books, yeah.
You know what, too? Like, speaking of comic stores, which is just kind of a weird segue, I feel like not a lot, I don't know, the more modern comic stores don't really have...
back issues?
Yeah, or like a good selection of back issues.
Yeah. I think it's because a lot of these comic shops, too, are very limited size. Like, they're smaller now.
They are.
So they only have room to carry the trades and the monthlies.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I used to like digging through the back issues.
Oh my gosh, as a kid?
That was most of my collection as a kid.
Yeah, it's like when I was younger, there weren't like now. There's hundreds of books, hundreds and hundreds of books that come out every month. But when I was a kid, there wasn't as many. So you could, I'm not going to overstate it. You could probably, I am overstating this. You could buy every book that came out that month, and then
awesome.
you would still have money for back issues.
Nice.
Yeah, because now I think Marvel. Gosh, I'm probably talking out of a hole in my you know what.
Hole in me pocket.
Me pocket, George Joan. But I think like Marvel and DC both like put out 100+ a month from their books.
Wow.
Like there's no way anybody could get their entire book line.
No.
Because even if if those books were $1 each and they put out 100 books, that'd be $100. So if each book is $4, then that's it's $400.
That really adds up. Yeah, I mean it gets expensive. I wish I could buy that many books in one sitting. James says, for a while, Comicsgate supporters were saying to buy back issues rather than new releases to support shops and not comic companies. Yeah, I mean, there's just not a big selection of back issues anymore.
Well, I dug it, and when at the comic shop, when I was getting the back issues, they weren't. I mean, if you went really far back in time, they were expensive, but if you went back like a couple months or even a year,
yes,
it wasn't that bad. Sometimes they were actually cheaper than the new releases.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are.
It just depends on how badly the store wants to sell them.
Yeah. And, I don't know, maybe I might have to order the Psycho Circus ones online the more I'm thinking about it now.
Welcome to the side.
How do you think they've probably raised up in price a little bit? I don't remember how much they were selling at the time.
The image books?
Yeah.
The image books were the same as this black and white, so they were like $2. They were like $1.95, I bet.
Wow. There's no way that they're that price now.
I bet it just depends on how bad if they had the back issues, how badly they want to sell them.
Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, like you said, a lot of the shops are real small, or really, a lot of comic shops are narrow for some reason. They go back real far.
Yeah, they're skinny and then long.
I should post a picture of these slammers.
Slam Dog Millionaire.
The churches still decorate, and some people put on lights outside in the trees, but people don't go out like they used to and turn their homes into holiday snow globes. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Well, that's not going to happen here, people.
Silver and gold decoration.
This place is going to look like a winter wonderland.
Which takes some doing in California, by the way.
Yeah, there's no snow.
No. Let it snow, let it snow. That's not the way that song goes.
It could be, though.
Ooh. I need an image of the black and white poster. Get out of your truck so I can start talking.
Well, the only problem with that is we can't even scan that thing. Is one of them down there? Let me show the people.
Yeah. Wait, is this it?
Let's see.
One of these is in mint condition. This is not it.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll show it anyways.
Alright, if you guys want to see this.
These things are ginormous. So.
We didn't really list these in the campaign, but you want to go on the other end?
No, I'll just, because they can't see the whole thing anyways. Can they see the face?
Yeah. Right on Whitney.
So, check this thing out.
If you guys are watching, this is like, it's on Art's drawing table, and it's probably about half the width of the table.
Yeah, it's almost the size of the table. Yeah, so I think we only have maybe 1 or 2 of those in mint condition.
They're extremely rare.
So I think Image Extreme Studios put those out in '94.
And they've survived all this time. Nice poster, says Bethany. Can you take a high quality digital photo and resize it rather than scanning?
Well, I think we'll have to.
We have to. I mean, I might try to do that right now.
Because I don't think we can scan that. The problem is too is they're all rolled up.
Yeah. Might have some scaled. I don't think we do have scaled down artwork of it. It's a pretty cool piece if you guys can see the whole thing. Let's see. By the way, you guys, I think there's like 16 of you here right now. If you guys like this video, it helps boost our views. I know quite a few people are live right now, so it would be very helpful. This isn't a monetized channel, and we're trying to get as many eyes on us as we can while we're kind of in this growing stage.
Yes, please.
My paper's crinkling, so I'm looking at my note, and I just dropped my water bottle.
Head's falling apart.
There's a lot to be done. You really do deserve a larger audience. Thank you, James.
We're trying. We have James. What else do we need? When you got James, you got everything.
Ooh, that's a good self-slogan.
Well, you remember that Ghost song?
What was it?
It's like, if you have ghosts, you have everything. I always thought it was funny.
That's funny.
I don't even know what that means. Like, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Take a picture of this ash can.
Ashley can.
This limited edition ash can.
Just for the record, you guys, I usually work a lot faster than this.
He's putting on a show. What made you go with the clear table? To lightbox easier? Asked Sheldon.
You know, somebody, let me see if I can do that. I think I'm going to do this. Somebody mentioned this, so you guys can see through. You can see my feet, right? You can see my feet?
Yeah. Puma socks.
Yeah, Puma. I have this.
Look at, this is the best lightbox.
Look at that.
Oh,
I could actually, this could be...
They're blowing in the wind. Sorry.
This could be like, you know those animators' desks? You know how they have the light box built into them?
Actually, this would be really good for that.
Yeah, so if I could figure out how to mount this, because I have these pieces here, I could probably mount them to that.
You used, it works, right? I think you used it like that before. Or does it have to be closer to the glass?
Well, I can't, I guess I could just set it like this, but...
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm wondering, too...
Everybody's saying duct tape, multiple people in the chat.
It just still look tacky, though. Yeah, I could tape it to the table. I think, I don't know if it would work properly if, because I think you have to lay it on the glass, otherwise it casts a shadow. But this is kind of working.
I don't know. Looks like it could work.
Let me get a piece of clear paper. That's not a piece of clear paper. What is it? This is not. You can kind of see through it. I think it would be. Well, hold on. There's like a little adjustment here.
Ooh, you can make it brighter?
Yeah, there's a little brighter
now.
Ooh, it'll work. Look at that. Boom, shakalaka.
Flex seal. That would be a lot of work, I think.
What's a flex seal?
Isn't that like the plasti dip?
What? So I would use that to mount this?
I don't know about you. Yeah, but I think that those things heat up, and I don't think the Flex Seal would hold. Also, it would look kind of tacky.
If there was a bracket,
I
because I'd also want to be able to take it off if I had to.
Yeah, because you might want to use it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I would build a wide under table for the wood. Wait, for it in wood shop. If you're handy with tools and measure your local home improvement shop, you can cut wood to size. I don't know, but how would you mount it?
I think they sell, like, if they sell, like, clamps. If you just had, like, clamps right here where my thumbs are,
yeah.
you would hold it right in place.
So you could take it on and off.
Yeah, this light box isn't really that heavy. It's pretty light.
I forget what the brand the thing is, but those are really cool.
I used to have this big old box one. It was really clunky.
I still have the one I have is an Animators, so it's that weird shape.
Can you spin it?
No,
one of the Animators are like those circle ones, right? They
yeah,
can spin.
it wasn't. It was for like in betweens, so it just had little plastic tabs where you could put like the paper on.
I used to think I wanted to do animation, and then I realized how much work it is.
It's also kind of really boring. Not to disparage any like animators or people with interest in animation.
Too late for that. They're all like, oh man,
turning their stuff off. No, I mean, I tried it. It wasn't for me.
I don't think traditional like animation even exists anymore, does it?
I don't think so. If you go to Mount Sac, they still offer a degree in it.
That's what you studied, right? You wanted to do animation?
No, I didn't want to do it, but I took the class. I wanted to get an illustration degree, but they had animation there, so I took it. And it was a cool learning experience, but I realized very quickly that it wasn't for me, and also I wasn't very good at it either.
Lies.
It's hard.
I think I'm like crazy, probably qualified to do those in-betweens though.
It's a lot of work. I could see you being able to do it though, because it's all about like consistency and working like, you crank out a lot.
I think with my skill set, I could do it pretty easy, but once again, don't they have computers that do those in-betweens now? Like, do they even do traditional in-betweens?
I don't know. I don't know that they actually do. I was like, because the animation I took was traditional animation, and I don't think there's a lot of. Maybe I would have gotten more into it if I was doing digital animation. I don't know, but yeah, I think most of them kind of auto-generate. I guess it depends on what kind of animation you're doing. Are there any animators here?
I thought there was a program that could do minimal, like, in-betweens.
I think there is.
So, like, if you drew the hand, like, say it started over here, and then you ended it here, like, it could animate the in-betweens to get to that point.
I think there is. Adam wants to know if that's an LED. If that was an LED light box.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. Cell animation is still big in Japan, says Sheldon. Yeah, I've heard that.
When you're big in Japan,
there was a time where you could actually download for free the digital animation software that Studio Ghibli uses. If there's any animators out there that want that, I believe it's still floating around.
Ghibli!
Let's see. I'll build, lots of suggestions about,
how to do
rigging
it.
that light up.
There's also, you guys can't see, but see these poles here? There's also one right across from it. So You could possibly just build a tray, like if you put something across from these two to this one, where it would just set in that.
You can kind of slide.
Yeah, because the only problem is there's nothing to hold it over here.
I had a portable light box made from wood, says Adam. So I knew people who kind of made their own, but...
My first light box was just a piece of glass and a lamp, and I'd hold the lamp with my feet and just aim it up at my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And then I put the glass on my lap and then just use it that way. Yeah.
That sounds unpleasant.
I didn't always have money.
I used an IKEA light. It was a flat, they used to sell these lights that were like square, and they had like a flat plastic piece over it. So it was like a light that looked like it set in your wall, and it made like a, you know, when you turned it on, you could just put your paper on top of it and use it like a light box, but it got super hot.
Yeah, that's the problem with some of those. Oh, God. Oh.
I'm trying to see, finding stuff about the original series. Comic book. Ooh, I just found it. There's a review of the old black and white that's from January 2017.
2017?
2017, yeah. This guy wrote a review of the original R.T. Bear's black and white.
In 2017?
In 2017, yeah. It's
wow.
The Nerd's Uncanny on WordPress.com. Should I read it?
Only if it's good.
I think it is. Okay.
Okay.
It starts. So again, this was January 17th. I don't know if I hope he knows that this came back out. All right, let's see. So he says, while going through my comic collection this past weekend, I came across a mid-90s Image comic series I wish was still around today. I'm talking about R.T. Bear's highly underrated Black and White. Published in late 1994, the 3-issue Black and White miniseries was created, written, and drawn by R.T. Bear and Pamela T. Bear. Black and White is the story of Reed Blackett, who is hired to defend Whitney's Samsung and quickly finds himself in the role of bodyguard/guardian, although she refuses to listen to anything he says.
That's true.
Except for the summary is wrong.
Well, he got that part right.
Reed wasn't hired to protect Whitney.
Or was he?
Whitney's behavior is due part to the fact she's seeking vengeance against Chang. I don't know if I want to get into spoiler territory, but I'll skip this part. And he says, Black and White was fun to read, with stellar artwork. The costume design may seem simple compared to other comics, but I think it worked. Both costumes look like they could work in a real-life scenario, and both were practical. Even Whitney's outfit looked right. And remember, this was the bad girl era, but instead of going the easy route, the T-Bears actually put some thought into the hero's clothing. I loved the book back in the day because it mixed superhero adventures with James Bond style, and I hadn't seen anything like it at the time. However, the main reason Black and White was my favorite book, because I was, and still am, a huge fan of R.T. Bear's work.
Woohoo!
Most comic book fans probably know his work as an inker, and Art has inked just about everything in comics. I'd say he's the best inker of the last 25 years. But Art is also one of the best interior artists in the business. Go check out his social media accounts. Look at some of his current stuff. It's just gorgeous. Sadly, Black and White had the original 3-issue series, an ash can, and a 1994 new number 1 called Codename Black and White. And that was it. And I don't know why. I thought a few years back the book was being relaunched, but I don't know whatever came of it. Anyways, maybe Black and White is just ahead of its time. Who knows? Well, I for one will always be a fan of Black and White and of R.T. Bear. I just hope I get to meet him in a con one day so I can buy some of his art.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was very nice.
Yeah, sweet.
Who's behind this? He didn't write his name, but whoever has the Nerd Uncanny WordPress site. That was very cool.
Check is in the mail.
Apparently, this site is still active because he just wrote a review of Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'm so on the fence on that one.
Yeah, I have to see it, but I don't have very high expectations.
I think it's been getting some decent reviews.
My friend's review was, "Do you like Queen songs? Okay," was the name of her review. Argo says you have a great hairline, Art.
Oh. Yeah, we'll work this camera thing out at some point.
The thing is, the view that you guys have is like an over the shoulder, well, it's over the top, directly over the top view, and it's kind of the best view to actually see the work, but
to ink it, I have to kind of get on top of it like this. So I'm trying to pull back as much as I can.
I mean, I think it's it's worth the view for you guys to see the art, but we're still playing with the camera configurations and stuff like that.
And junk.
Let's see. Somebody else had the same IKEA light that I had, apparently. Hello from Indonesia.
Ooh.
Going all international. You should just mount the camera to Art's forehead. Well, it's an iPad, so that would probably be incredibly annoying.
Also, I think that like crazy vertigo would because every time I turned my head,
yeah,
the camera would move and everything.
Or reach for tools and stuff.
Yeah, so when I look over at you, it'd be like,
It's true.
It would be a problem solved, but not the problem.
We're thinking about possibly getting the new GoPro because it's kind of weird. It has live streaming capabilities, but it says it has Facebook live streaming capabilities, which kind of seems like a weird.
Not just live stream, but just Facebook, you mean?
Yeah, it like directly name drops Facebook, and it shows like a Facebook live stream example. And I don't know, Facebook live streaming is cool, but I kind of thought YouTube was more the majorly used one. But if you guys know, let me know.
If you guys know, let me know.
You could use bungee cords to hang the light box. I don't know about that.
It would hold it, but I think it would when you bump the table and stuff. They would bounce. Yeah, I think it'd be bouncy. Fun.
Let me see. Drawing supplies. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what?
No, nobody knows about the capabilities of the live streaming of the new GoPro. I don't even know if it's out yet, to be honest. 2018 election live streams. We're competing with election live streams right now.
I think I heard like some of the guys like Mike, and they were going to do like election coverage.
Oh, okay. Are they doing a full announcement of that stuff today?
You mean like outcomes?
Yeah.
So today's election day, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now it all makes sense.
Well, we're given an alternative to we're like Fox in the early days when they were counter programming, when they were cool. Now all programming is counter
It
programming.
is, actually. Or it feels like it is, I should say.
What the
There's
heck
a
was
kid
that?
outside that she really wants to be picked up so that she doesn't have to walk up the hill. You know, the culture war is on when comic book pros want to do live streams about election results.
That's funny, and that's true. Yeah, I do the is it called the absentee ballot? The one that you can fill out at your house? I don't know what
the mail-in, right?
Yeah, the mail-in
That's what I
ballot.
did too.
Yeah.
It's easier. I'm not trying to take advantage of the system, but it's a lot easier to do. I'm gonna be very relieved when all these election commercials stop. They're kind of on everything.
I don't want to get political, but I could not believe when California actually people voted to like what is it, like limit our water use.
Yes.
I was like, I've lived here my whole life. We've managed to be okay. Why do we have to give up our water usage rights?
It sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like it shouldn't be the consumers. I know there's limited water, and I know we live in the desert, and I know all those things, and I'm all about water conservation and things like that. But I think like we should be able to have access to water, and we shouldn't be fined, or we shouldn't be regulated like that. I know some states have that, but those states are like definitely deserts. It's never been the case here in California.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see. Are you using? Oh, Art. They want to know if you're using any. Planning on using any brushes.
Oh, yeah. I was actually going to ink a face shot too. I think I might use a brush for that. But these are. This is a Raphael. This one here, it's a number 2 watercolor brush, and here's a Winsor Newton Series 7 watercolor brush, which I prefer actually. But the Raphaels are more readily accessible in the stores these days. They're a little thicker. I like the handles better, but I like the brush better. The Winsor Newton.
Yeah. See, I sent you an email about a print copy. It says Abyssus.
A print copy? What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe resend that email. The thing is with all this Indiegogo stuff, the emails tend to get really crowded. Oh, a print copy of Starfire.
Oh, yes. Did you get it?
Yeah, did you end up... I sent you an email about the print copy. You said you were going to make some copies of your drawn and quartered one.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, send me an email again, and well, just yeah, do it that way. Just send me an email. I'll give you my PayPal info, and then I think they're $15. The prints are $15, and they're plus shipping. So then we can work out the PayPal. I'll give you my PayPal information and stuff like that, and then I'll get you out a Starfire print.
I'm sorry if anything got lost. It's just that the emails get really crowded, especially during the Indiegogo time. So some stuff gets lost. Can do it right now. Okay, I mean that's cool.
Perfect.
Let's see. In Indonesia, they just sell gift boxes, one for a 3-piece Series 7. Of brushes, I'm assuming?
Maybe the whole series? Like 1 through 7? Is that what he said? All 7?
I think he's talking about Series 7. I think he's talking about brushes.
Yeah. But there's numbers to the brushes. So maybe they give the whole gambit of all the sizes.
Oh yeah, it's in sets.
Man, I'd like that. I like the ones, the twos, and the threes. If it's any bigger than that, I don't really care for it. The ones I don't like because they don't hold enough ink, and the twos are perfect for me. I like the threes. They hold quite a bit of ink, but they get a little unwieldy.
I could see that.
A little unwieldy for me.
I have a 0 to a 2. Amazing for Warhammer. Yeah, I can imagine those little miniatures. They require really tiny brushes.
I don't think it goes that way. Let me see. It goes the other way.
It's about $80 to $100. Dang, that's expensive, but...
Well, the brushes themselves are almost, what, like close to 20 each?
I think so, so I guess that would... Yeah, I mean, I guess that would figure. They're not cheap. They're around 25 to 30 each. Yeah, brushes are expensive. I mean, good brushes. Where do you fall in on that art? Do you think when it comes to brushes, like price and quality are kind of in the same, or have you ever gotten a good cheap brush?
I've never gotten a good cheap brush.
Me neither.
Ever.
They do make a difference. They are worth every cent if you want good results. Crappy Games Workshop brushes are $20 now even. Oh yeah, the tiny ones. There's a child playing outside.
Get him! Yeah. I need to work out some pencil details on this. I didn't finish it fully before I started the inking, but I can start on this one. I can't ink this with a nib because it's on paper.
If you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that pretty good, actually.
Can you?
It's another, it's just because it's light. It's just because it's a light pencil.
Yeah, this is a patch for, let me find the page. This is my book. So this is, I think, the new 23. Can you see this? Is it focused on?
Yeah.
So that's going to be this shot here.
Abyssus wants to know what you use to clean your brushes.
Oh my gosh. It's a soap. I can't remember the name of it.
Is that the one that comes a little plastic circle?
Yeah. I don't... Here, I'll find it. I take it out. I have a canister. My daughter made this neat when she was a little kid. This ceramic canister I use, so I don't have the brand name of the soap.
Let's see. Masters brush cleaner has pretty good results.
That's it. Is that the guy that works with oils and paints the figures?
I don't know.
Is that the same guy?
Abyssus, are you the painter? I'm assuming.
Yeah, because this'll. Can you see this? This is the Masters brush cleaner. So this will take out oils. So you just kind of take your brush, you get it wet, and just swirl it around, and then you just kind of take it in your fingers and just kind of knead at it this way, and then just rinse it off in the water.
I do Warhammer, and yep, that stuff is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I have some of that too. It's also good at getting ink out of brushes.
Yeah, that's what I use it for. My daughter uses oils, so she's an oil painter, so she uses it to clean her brushes as well.
Did you ever try any of that stuff?
What stuff?
Like oil painting?
Yeah, I took oil painting classes for a couple years. I can't. The weirdest thing is there's those God, what are they? There's certain colors that work with certain colors, like the color wheel, all that stuff. I should know that, but
the complementary colors.
Yeah, I didn't really retain much of that. So when I do color work, I'm just kind of all instinct.
I think I don't know. I get really I don't know about you when you were using them, but like the smells and stuff, like the fumes really get to me for some reason.
It's the mediums. It's like the paint to me never really smelled. It's like the oh gosh, what is it called? Like the mediums that you use, the linseed oils or whatever they are. Those things always.
Like I can't stand them, and I don't have a well ventilated space to do that stuff. So no, the wind's blowing my stuff away.
We lost Taylor.
Let's see. Adam says, I just use shampoo to clean my brush. I don't know about
you know what would work better is I bet you what would work better is dish soap, because that stuff cuts grease. So if it cuts oils and grease, it might clean better. I know that on some level, so does like shampoo, but I don't think it does to the same degree.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I don't think the soap is that expensive though, and most art supply places carry it.
You can find it at Michael's.
Yeah, I bet you. Yeah, I bet you this is as expensive as like, excuse me, dish soap. So it works a lot better, and it keeps your brushes in better shape and condition.
Sometimes it's better to, if it's out of your budget, it's out of your budget, but sometimes it's better to spend the money instead of messing up brushes you invested in.
Yeah, if it's an expensive brush, get the good cleaner.
Then it's not worth it. Dish soap works just fine, says Argos. It's a great value.
Yeah, I think like most dish soap is designed to break down grease and stuff, so
8 to 12 bucks for a thing of Masters, and it lasts for years. That's another thing. It lasts a really long time. Let's see. I'm old enough to remember when Warhammer... How do we get on the subject of Warhammer minis? I'm old enough to remember when Warhammer minis were cheap rather than spending enough to buy a house to assemble an army like now. Yes, they are incredibly expensive. Hey, Humphrey Bear is here.
Humphrey Bear!
Some of the regulars coming back. Lava soap would work well. I don't know. It might be a little rough.
Yeah, I mean whatever's cheaper, and if you're cool with using it, then that's fine. If it works, it works.
Let's see. Warhammer minis. Let's see.
Warhammer.
Did any of you guys go to BlizzCon? I think that's another thing I was going to ask you, Art. There's There was something going around about like San Diego Comic-Con registration.
Oh shoot.
But I didn't get an email about it.
Yeah, I did. I should fit. I think that they're now. You just have to go to, like you're already registered. You just have to punch in a code or something. So the waiting rooms and all those things have been done away with.
They never sent me an email. I sent in my my whatever confirmation materials, and it still says that it's due.
I gotta check mine. I just read it real quick in passing this morning.
Yeah, there may be no San Diego for me this year. Are you planning on going?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess I always plan on going, and then I just see how it goes. It's I don't know. I don't think I ever really. I always plan on going. I guess I don't always plan on vending.
Vending, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my materials weren't good enough. Either way, they didn't give me access to that waiting room. I just saw that. I forgot about it.
I don't think it's a waiting room anymore. I think that's the point of the email. It said it's not a waiting room. It's like you go to a place and it gives you a code, and then you just punch in the code, and then you're.
I think you're assured a guest too.
Yeah. That you're.
For 1 year that I'm not going to be able to go.
Why aren't you going to be able to go?
Because they never sent me the email about it, and my on the like login it still says my verification materials are due, but I already sent them in.
Do they know who you are?
Yeah. I'm part of the black and white team.
This is bullshit.
The indie event of the year.
The IndieCron event.
These pogs weren't so precious, I'd throw it at them.
I'll throw it at them now.
No.
They're not precious to me.
They're precious. They're limited.
I'm just kidding. I've held on to them for 25 years. Yeah, they mean nothing to me. I've just held on to them for,
I think on some level you knew.
25 years.
You knew they were going to have their day again.
You knew somebody was going to fling them at a stack of like-minded pogs.
No.
Well, that's what you do with them, right?
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, you do. That's the game.
I mean, yes.
Why, yes. That is, in fact, the way you play pogs. You'll make way more money working on black and white, too, says Gonzo.
Then going to San Diego? I don't know. I do pretty good.
Art always does well. I actually kind of want to tell a story about that, but I don't know if it makes me look bad.
What is the story?
The Hernandez brothers.
Hernandez brothers.
You know?
Okay, yeah, those guys. No, go ahead.
So like, I'm a really, really big fan of Jaime. Jaime, of the Hernandez brothers, who does the Love and Rockets books, but not so much of Beto, of Gilbert, let's just say. If you really like his work, I hope that you enjoy it, but it's not for me. So anyway, 1 year at San Diego, Art was vending that year, and I was getting in line to get my book signed, my Love and Rocket books, and I recognized Gilbert Hernandez, and I saw him, and I was like, I was waiting for his brother to sign, but they were going to be signed together, and I was like, great, I want to like get in and talk to him. So I'm like, because I was first in line, so I was like, I should talk to him, but I really want to talk to his brother and not really him. So I introduced myself, I was talking to him, and he had his new sketchbook and stuff, and I was like, oh, are you having good San Diego? And he was like, well, you know, everybody who comes to San Diego doesn't make any money. Like, you just come here. It's kind of more of a status thing. It's just like a social thing. And I was like, really? And I was like, he's like, yeah, you know, nobody makes money here. Nobody does well. And I was like, well, like I work with R.T. Bear. He did really, really well. And he was just like, oh, is that so? I was like, yeah, like he always does really well here. He was just like, oh, well, that's good. And then he just kind of sat there with his sketchbook, like sulking.
Because the translation is, I don't do being him. Doesn't do very well in San Diego.
Yeah, he went from talking about how poorly everybody does at the convention, how bad he does, to being like, really? Because, yeah, it was pretty funny.
Poor Gilbert.
Sorry, Beto. I don't know if I know you formally enough to call you that, but sorry. Sorry I didn't buy your sketchbook. I felt kind of bad because you talked to me, but I was saving money for your brother.
Sorry I gave it to your brother.
Yeah, I felt bad because I was like, I should buy the sketchbook, but then I spent it all. Abbasis says the reason you do so well at art is that's because art is friendly and throws pogs at people.
Little do they know I do it because I'm aggressive and I hate them. Have a pog!
Take these pogs! No, these pogs are precious, you guys. They're limited, especially these slammers. These slammers would hurt if you got nailed by one.
Don't throw the slammers.
That's a declaration of war.
You throw a slammer, you're going to end up in the slammer.
Copyright RT Bear 1993. Wait, 1993? This was before.
Which one is it?
This yellow pog. It says
93.
It says 93 on the back.
It does say 93.
Oh shoot, they all do. I guess it'd be weird if it was just one. Someone give him a Nerf gun.
I'll shoot you with a Nerf gun.
I hope they're not keeping you out over political bunk, but this has happened so much. They better not be.
Oh, at San Diego?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but you're friends with them, Art.
She'll get what?
Aren't you friends with the Comic-Con people?
I used to be. Jackie Estrada and I don't know who's running it anymore.
I don't either.
It was Jackie Estrada and oh my gosh, Clydine Nee?
Oh, didn't she ran the
Artist Alley?
Artist Alley, right? Yeah. I'm trying to find some black and white original. Art isn't overly political, so there will be no issue that I can think of. Yeah.
I have my political leanings. I have my beliefs. I'm just not always very outwardly verbal about it.
I think you just like to talk about like your artwork and stuff, which is always what I prefer reading anyway. Personally.
Well, then, I don't know, do you run the risk of being like Robert Downey Jr., which we were talking about earlier? Like, if I just start, like, using this platform as a way to, like, just pontificate on my political leanings.
Hashtag we are not them.
Hashtag I'm with art.
I'm with art.
what was it?
Oh, it's got a double meaning.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
That'd be a good hashtag.
That'd be a great t-shirt.
Shut up and make your artwork.
I'm with art.
People said they want that shirt. We should make some on T Republic.
What was it? For Gary Shipman's book. I was like, I just kept saying, because we were trying, he was counting down, I think, the last 2 or 3 hours of his campaign for his art book. And so I kept saying, yes, buy Gary's, no, what was it? Buy the art book. Yeah, I kept saying, like, buy the art book.
Yes, get it?
And then I think Mike finally was like, you mean Gary's art book, right?
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, yeah, of course.
Any art book.
Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about black and white.
I was just says make the shirt say I'm with art and then put just shut up and draw on the back.
Shut up and draw. With some guy getting hit in the head with a pog. Shut up and draw, whack.
Everybody thinks pog is your battle cry now.
Pog. It's like con.
They would hurt if one of these hits you in the eye. You're done for.
Well, okay. I have a pog story. Okay, I had slammers and I had like a box, like a I'm not kidding, Taylor. Like there was a box.
This is gonna make me sad.
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Filled with these things. Like it was a box. Like
oh my gosh.
deep. Like there were tons of these
Even
things.
these gold ones that are my favorite.
Yeah, there were like these green ones. Hold on.
That's my favorite pod right there.
If you want this, Taylor.
No, it belongs to somebody.
I'll sign it for you.
Ooh, here's a mirrored one.
And here's a green. Ooh. And here's a mirrored one. Like I had a box of these things, and I brought them in the studio. I used to have like Hack Shack Studios wasn't always at the house here, which it is now. I had a studio for 15 years or so, and so is there a red one?
Oh no, this one has the cleanest backing I've ever seen. I think it just took the paper off or something. It looks really clean.
Oh yeah, I think this is a protective. Yeah.
Oh, I was
this is like a little. Yeah, like a stickum thing. Like if you pull it off, it probably stuck to it now permanently since it's been so long. But yeah, I brought a bunch of those things in, and just like, hey guys, if you want any of these, just take what you want. And there were probably 4 to 6 of us working there at the time. And next thing I know, those things are being chucked at each other. Like they were just throwing these weapons that I had no idea that like we could throw these at each other, like
little perfect discs.
Yeah, so these like little ninja throwing stars, and so they were chucking them at each other.
So undignified for these.
Yeah, and so I had to be the adult and take them away from everybody. I think that's how they ended up in the dumpster.
No!
Yeah, I ended up trashing that whole box. I kept these. These are like my personal collection.
Oh my gosh.
So all these are all I have left. I had boxes.
They're even more rare now.
Yeah. There's a pink one for the girls.
I saw that. There's a pink Reed one and a pink Whitney one.
You've already taken inventory.
I already looked at them.
Taylor's already picked out the one she wants.
There's some pretty cool ones in here. I haven't found a golden reed. Oh, I found a golden reed.
Ooh, I like that. The golden reed.
The golden reed. This is a good one. Somebody said we should make black and white hacky sacks. This is a new piece of artwork I've never seen.
Let me see.
On this one. I don't recognize what piece that's from.
Ooh.
Right? It looks different.
You know what? Some of these are from some of these are from that 16-page story that's in the ash can.
Ooh.
Yeah, some of these images are from that.
So if you guys got the ash can.
Let's just say the 16-page ash can that's up on Indiegogo right now.
Can they? Oh yes, they can. You can get the 16-page ash can, and you should, because it's kind of like a companion piece to the story that kind of hints at more of the story, let's say.
Let's just say more of the story.
It's a good one. You should read it.
The moral of the story.
We'll start talking hacky sacks once we get in the 6 figures.
We'll start kicking around the hacky sack idea.
Hack shack hacky sacks.
Khaki shacks.
That would be cool. What are you guys doing right now? Are you looking at the political stream? How do I do that if we already backed? I'm glad you asked, Gonzo the Great. Since the campaign isn't in demand right now, you could always tell a friend. You could spread the word. You guys are our best. Word of mouth is our best form of advertising. So if you guys share with your buddies and more people buy the book that way, then everybody benefits because everybody gets the new stretch goals as well. And we added a new stretch goal yesterday.
Did we?
We did the button set.
Ooh, the button set.
There's a 3-button set, so you guys could get that set of collector's buttons and wear them to cons. You can wear them to San Diego, which I probably won't be able to go to, and
I'll throw buttons at you.
And you can go visit art. And
why do you say it? You're going. We're gonna get you in.
They said I can't.
I
well,
know.
They didn't say I can't.
I know some people.
They're not sending me the link. It's the only way. But yeah, if you spread the word, we can get to that button set. It is the 46K stretch goal. We might add a new stretch goal soon.
But we got to get close to that 46K.
Yeah, the 46K is a very important one, and the one after that is a really cool one that I hope we can reveal soon. I might whip up a graphic for that. I hate playing with these pogs, but I'm trying to finish this thing. How do we add the ash can? If you already, well, if you
Well, it depends. Okay, if you have, can they do that once they're locked in?
I don't know if once you're locked in, you could do it. You could shoot us an email. We can try to, I don't know.
Wait. Okay, so once their order's gone through, is it locked in?
Yeah, I think it's really hard to cancel at this point. Yeah, I don't know, because once there are people who have made multiple orders. I'm not really sure how they're doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have an ash can tier.
Of just the ash can?
Right.
No, we only have the ash can in conjunction with another book.
With a book.
If you guys want, should we add an ash can tier? Would that be weird? How do you do add-ons that aren't stretch goals on Indiegogo?
It would have to be a tier. You just have an ash can tier.
I don't know. Would you guys be interested in a? Can you make an ash can tier or no? Says Gonzo. I don't know. We could make an ash can tier, but I don't know if you can order it once you've already made an order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if
can you pledge to a campaign you've already pledged to more than once?
See, that's why. What are those? Why do they have those rules? Why can't
I don't know.
Why can't you pledge multiple times?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it?
Let me see something. I'm gonna.
Does the credit card information it won't go through if you make another pledge?
Let me look right now because I can look on some of the books I pledged for and see if it lets me buy. Now, can you make a tier for fears? Sheldon, you're such a smarty. Such a smarty pants.
Everybody wants.
Sheldon says Gilbert won't let me go to San Diego.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if they let me. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it let me before. I think I tried this. I always thought that was kind of weird though. Because we've had people, yes you can, says Comic Book Bob. I know people have backed more than once on other campaigns. So theoretically, if we added a tier that was just for the ash can, people could buy it, maybe?
That's what it sounds like.
Let me see. What is a campaign that's still in demand that I can get to here? Besides black and white. Do it. Then you can advertise the new tier on EVS and get another push on black and white. I would do it. Multiple people are demanding the ash can tier.
Do any of the other guys have just an ash can tier?
Yeah, I don't know. Not that I know of. My only concern is it feels a little bit weird, just because the ash can is a separate thing. You're contributing. Let's see. It's saying I can buy another Red Rooster, so maybe we can. What did that say? It's the payment due. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want to bore you with this. The payment you're about to make is a contribution to a campaign and not a direct purchase. Indiegogo does not guarantee the perks offered by the campaign are produced or delivered. What?
That's the normal disclaimer, though, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Because that's just them saying that they're not liable for the order.
Yeah, so I guess you can make multiple purchases. So if you guys want the ash can, I mean, we could do. I don't know. I don't think anybody else has done that though.
Yeah, we can look into it.
We'll at least promise to look into it.
I don't know why. It just seems kind of like it's an obvious thing to do.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people who seem to offer add-ons on Indiegogo. It almost seems like a more a Kickstarter thing.
Yeah, this wouldn't be an add-on. This would just be
A separate
tier.
Yeah.
It would be just a new tier.
Gonzo says, "Be a trendsetter." We aren't bored. We're here to chill and hang out with you because we like you. Aw, thanks, James.
Why? Because we like you.
I love arts books, so I'd buy the hell out of it.
Well, we got plenty planned.
Yeah, if you guys are into it. If you guys have any if you guys have any ideas of stuff that you want, tiers, stretch goals, etc., go ahead and tell them to us. We're open to listening to you guys. For sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's something that you want and you can't get or whatever it is, and we're definitely open to try to
get you guys what you want.
Yeah, to make that happen, because, I mean, one of the main things is just trying to, you just don't want to work in a vacuum. You know, you want your stuff to get into people's hands. So if we can get more of this stuff into your hands, then that's what it's all about.
Yeah. We're making this book for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you want that ash can, by God, you'll get that ash can.
By Warhammer. By Warhammer, you will have it.
By the God Emperor. That's
What?
Warhammer.
Is it? I was... God, I think weirdly I was channeling... What is that... It's like the Star Trek movie that... It's not a parody. What is it called? Galaxy Quest?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
By Granthar's Hammer or something like...
Is that what the Spock guy said?
Yeah, the Grandpa's Hammer. Like, it's... By Granthar's Hammer.
For the Emperor. Yes, comic book bomb. A sketch cover would be cool. If we ever see you at a con, we can get a sketch done. We thought about that at one point, but I don't know. Do you want to talk about that, Art?
The weird thing is when you put these things together, they're so overwhelming. Like, there's so many moving parts to it that sometimes you have ideas and they don't come to fruition, or you just don't do them because it seems so monumental. I think where Taylor and I are right now is things are kind of getting into a pace that we can deal with a little bit better. And so I think at this point we can listen to these ideas and we can mull them over and see if they work or not for us and for the campaign. So I'm all about listening to what you guys want and to try to make those things happen at this moment in time, because where we couldn't do them or didn't have the time or whatever, we now have the time. So kind of like all these things go back on the table. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was kind of not a mad dash, but we really... I don't know. We didn't really know what the possibilities fully were when we were building the campaign, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't know what was overkill. We didn't know how many tiers that we should have initially and things like that. And like Taylor just found out, like just until now, we didn't even know you could make multiple orders.
Let me see.
Which
yes.
Apparently you can.
Yeah. A sketch cover would be cool. Let's see. By the Slammer of Warhammer.
The Slammer of Warhammer.
Some people get unique in their tier offerings. One comics gate tile, for example, was offering tarot cards for one tier. Goal reached. What would be uniquely black and white? Justice.
Justice would be.
I'll tell you what would be unique. These pogs. Does any other campaign offer original 90s pogs?
I think not.
By the way, I'm very good at reading those tarot cards. If you buy these pogs, I'll read your tarot cards.
These pogs that you can't buy, you keep saying that they can't get them yet.
They're gonna want these. There's like hardly any left, which makes them even more.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out how to get them into their hands. Wait, I don't know if they want them or you want them to have them.
I want people to enjoy them as they were originally designed. Also, Donald Trump just commented in the chat.
What? Well, welcome. Welcome, Mr. President.
It's a picture of the smiling president, says Donald Trump, and he says, "Can you draw more adult-type sketches?" Gonzo says, "No, Trump, keep working on that wall." Oh, it's funny. Mike Miller did a sketch cover. Yeah, I don't know, sketch covers are cool, but they're like a whole separate run, I think. Still like the secret agent ID card. I still have that. I have that in my notes, actually, as a stretch goal.
ID cards?
Yeah, they're
Why didn't we talk about that this morning?
Black and white ID cards as a stretch goal.
Ooh.
For like, I don't know what we'd have to set to do that.
Well, you mean so each one of their individual names are
Yeah,
on?
that's the part that would be a pain. Unless we did a general, like, agent card. Like, agent of MI10 kind of thing.
John Doe.
Because the individual names is where it gets complicated. I know a place we could get them made if they were, like, plastic cards, but for, like, we have over 800 people now, it would be hard to get the names on there. So it would have to be, like, a general black and white, agent card, unless we had the spot where you can write your name in, like the old KISS Army cards, which is, I think, how we came up with that idea.
Was that just the other day?
Yeah, last night we were talking about that.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
It was when you were showing off the KISS merchandise.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have to write, I think they'd have to write their names, and that's not as cool, though.
No. Something we could slip a picture of our own into, like it has a slit at the top or something. I don't know, that'd be difficult too. It'd be cool if it was like a general card, because I know that they make fake ones like that. I'll keep looking into it.
So it'd be like a laminate or something,
Yeah.
right? Like a corporate ID card or something.
Comic Bob, I suggested it when we were talking to you about Sabaton. That's right.
Well, there you go. Now we have to do it.
I don't know if it was like an agent card. It had to be like an MI10 card. I'm looking at stuff right now. By the way, Art designed multiple like MI10 robotics division logos, and they're all pretty cool.
Wait, do we have those?
I think I have. Do we have the sketch? I have them on my laptop, but I don't want to pull my entire laptop over there. Actually,
I saw them downstairs by
let
the
me
scanner.
grab them real quick.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool, and I think you guys will like seeing them.
We could do this. The ID card, that would be pretty cool. I would want one. Make them just for myself. ID cards. It's not bad. Yeah, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, gosh. It's fun doing this stuff for you guys, drawing and chatting.
Actually, we could put it to a vote and see who likes what logo, because there's multiple.
So would they be then? Would they be agents? Like they'd be MI10 Robotics Division agents.
Yeah.
This says 6, but MI6 is the
General.
That's the. It's all spy, but yeah, that's the general. R&D. Research and development, R&D. We could do R&D. MI10 R&D. Oh, I like this with the Illuminati.
The thing is, I really liked I was trying to do like a digital version
This one,
of
right?
Sketch, but I don't know. They're all pretty. I'd actually like to do all of them around a time.
This one's I think this is the weakest.
That one's just the R. I like the more military looking one. If you guys see
this one,
yeah. I thought that one would make a pretty cool patch.
What do they call that? Is that a chevron? What do they call that with the the shield with the stripes? Like
I think chevron. That one's cool. I thought the other one. Well, they're all pretty cool. The one above it, slightly to the left.
This one? Or the one with the arrowhead?
The RD. Yeah, I really like that one too. I always think of patches and pins. Because these would make really... I know we already made a patch, but...
oh my gosh!
They would be really cool
if we could,
patches.
Oh.
I got the patch hookup.
I don't know. How uncool is that to have two...
I think it'd be cool.
Patches.
If you had an agent of MI10 Robotics Division patch, that'd be really cool. So let us know which one you guys like. It'd be a 10 instead of a 6. Though.
Yeah, it would be MI10, so this would be a double digit.
You should make a cardboard copy of Reed's gun, like the Kiss Love gun.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
When you point it, the little flag comes out.
Did somebody in the chat say that?
Yes.
Oh, we gotta show them. Oh my.
Which one is it?
It's in the Love Gun album.
Rock and Roll Night. Where the heck is the Love Gun?
It was right on top. Oh no, that was Destroyer.
Oh, here we go. Love Gun. If you guys missed the chat last night, you didn't see this.
I kissed out on you guys last night.
That would be hilarious.
These are my original albums from when I was a kid in the 70s. Oh, here's the this was I don't know. Look at this. This was a okay, Taylor, this was a magazine-sized book.
It's awesome.
The cover price is $1.50.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, does it say how many pages? Like it was probably 50, 60 pages.
That's awesome.
So okay, so here's the KISS Army. Enlist now. So for $5 you can join the army. And you get all kinds of cool stuff. So let's stay focused here and find the Love Gun.
I wonder how hard it would be to like print up Reed's gun like that.
I don't know. Okay, so can they see it? Is this on the camera here? So the idea was you have this, and then if you flick your wrist like this, I don't want to do it because this thing's like ancient. This bang comes out.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh man.
That'd be awesome.
Could you imagine Scott and Kevin?
They'd be so proud.
They would poop themselves. Oh my gosh. Flap. It would be Reed's gun.
Flip.
Thwip. Oh, that's what it would say. It would say thwip. It even comes with its own sound effect.
Oh my gosh, this would be amazing.
Oh, let's do it. Is this too insidey though? Like
probably. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I guess if you were a true black and white fan, I would want this stuff.
I want that patch for sure.
I think you're right. I think I'd want these two. Can you see them?
I like those two, yeah. I don't know.
The chevron one's cool, but it looks kind of Air Force-y.
Yeah, I think the other ones look more... Let's see, RD, Robots Division. I like the one with the robots, so that one was my favorite, but I like that arrowhead shape.
Yeah. But it just says R&D, though.
Yeah.
So it's...
I'd have to say Robotics Division, I think.
Yeah. The cool thing is, see the MI6? Like, if there was a 10 there, it might look cooler.
I like the logo with the guy in the middle of the logo. Yeah, that was my favorite.
This one? Yeah, actually, Taylor worked this up last night. It looked pretty cool.
I don't know if it looks... I don't want to make it look like a stereotypical robot, but...
Do you have that? Can we show them?
Let me see. I can probably pull up my iPad. It might be easier. So I don't dox myself.
Yeah, don't do that. So these in the revamped story were MI10 agents.
Yes.
And so they were British. So on one side they would have, is it the Union Jack or whatever they call it, on the one shoulder, and on the other shoulder they would have the R&D, the robotics division of MI10. And we explained MI10
yesterday.
It's a I don't know if it's still active in the MI6, in the Queen's Secret Service, but in the Second World War, the MI10 was weapons, right?
Weapons and technology.
Sorry,
I had to crop this real quick because it almost revealed something we're coming up with.
So I think the robot design, maybe if we spent a little bit more time on it.
I think.
But you can see it looks pretty cool.
The head, I think, needs to be a little bit more narrow.
I think it's just the body. If the body, you know what? I think if the body, see how the neck is?
Yeah.
If I don't want to draw it on that because that's vintage.
Here, wait.
Sketch. You have a piece of paper.
On the back of this.
It's got the square, like old school robotic head, which I like. Maybe, I don't know.
You have no idea how bad I wanted to do a robot face on there.
But maybe if it was like segmented, is that the right word?
Yeah, like an old school robot.
Well, it already looks like an old school robot, kind of.
Maybe the body's too man-ish.
Yeah, maybe if it just had some kind of. I don't know. I don't know what would represent
a robot, like a modern robot. Yeah.
But this would be absolutely hilarious.
I would like that, actually.
Low battery here. I'll give this back
I can
to
see
you.
what it looks like with a more classic, maybe just at least segmented, I think.
I don't know, like graphically it could be, you could actually do like maybe circles or something.
NASA robot-y.
I don't know. Oh, golly.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you, would a second round of patches be cool? You guys still want us to do the, ID card? Gonzo says, if nothing else, it could be used for a great restroom sign in the future.
They're already going that way. I don't know if the rest of the world is like they can't.
Rabati.
They can't do. Oh, they don't do the symbols now. Maybe they could just do one generic symbol, which would be the robot.
There's only two separate races on Earth: the human race and the robots. That's the future I want. We can all unite against the robot enemy.
Oh, we did this one. We did this in the studio years ago or whatever. Where it was like, would you want
a robot friend,
or just, would you want a robot? What was it? Was it just robots in general?
I think so. Whether you'd want to own.
Oh, was it just human robots, or was it just Was it just a robot, like a human-looking robot?
Yeah, we had the discussion of if you owned a robot, would you rather it look like a human, kind of like in Aliens, where they're sort of indistinguishable, or would you want them to look like a straight-up robot, where they can't be confused for a human? And
go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No,
would you rather?
What were you saying? You were more human, weren't you?
No, I wanted it to look more like a robot, I think.
Oh, then there's no controversy, because that's what I wanted too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have them look like... I'm not that into, I know that's big in sci-fi right now, in that Detroit game. Those are boring to me.
Oh, you like more human-looking robots? Is that what you're talking about?
There's this new game that came out. Well, it's not that new now, but called Detroit something. And the robots in that game look just like humans, but they have a little blue dot on the side of their forehead. And I'm like, that's a really boring design for a robot. Sorry if you love those kind of robots. People were suggesting, I like Comic Book Bob's idea. Oh, they're talking about variant covers. Someone said we should do a tea time variant cover where they're like drinking tea and looking very British.
Very British.
And then someone makes a 50 Shades of Black and White cover. Like a sexy cover. Then someone says, Sheldon says we should include actual black tea. It comes with the tea bag.
Isn't there... There's green tea. There's white tea, too.
There is. We could do a black and white tea.
We could have like as a tier or like a contest, you could win a black and white tea with the creative team.
That would be awesome. Oh, Pamela loves tea. She'd be into that.
Yeah, she'd dig that.
We can meet up and have tea. Tea Bear brand tea, says Comic Book Bob.
Oh my gosh. So it'd be like TEA, right?
Tea Bear.
Like tea.
Russians have the best tea, particularly with honey. I've never had Russian tea.
But you do have a Russian accent.
I like Russian accents, it's true.
All girls like Russian
They
accents.
do. All girls can do a Russian accent. It's the only thing they'll try to learn. I think because early on there's like sexy Russian characters that are female on TV. And you're less likely to meet a Russian person, although I have like 5 Russian friends. You're less likely to meet a Russian person than like other accents, so you run less of a risk of offending someone if you do it.
So nobody's gonna call you on it.
Yeah. That's some pretty well inked hair art. I'm watching it right now.
I'm trying to figure out how this little side's supposed to work. I think I should probably work these out better before I start inking them for you guys.
Whitney has really kind of wild, unruly hair.
The thing is, I think what's going to happen story-wise is when she dons the suit and finally starts, being part of the team, I'm thinking one of the story beats or one of the visual story elements will be that her hair starts calming down a little bit.
Aww. That's cute.
But then it could be like when she gets crazy again, like
it gets fluffed up like a cat.
Yeah, it's like the Hulk, like just she hulks out, but her hair gets bigger.
I like stuff like that.
That'd be a great brand of like hair, like if this character or when this character becomes huge in the
it's mood oriented.
in the zeitgeist, it's like they could sell like Whitney brand or white brand shampoo to little girls. When you get upset or whatever, your hair will get bigger.
I still really want to do the like fake commercial. Well, not fake if they were real. I want to do the commercial with the black and white toys where the little girl has the Whitney song action figure.
Oh yeah, you told me about it.
We talked about that in Kiss Corner. You guys, if you haven't joined us for Kiss Corner, you should.
All these chats are becoming Kiss Corner, by the way.
They are.
They're just turning into it. But go ahead. I think this is hilarious.
Kiss Corner's taking over. Yeah, I want to say we wanted to do the commercial, but I don't know how you really feel about it.
Wait! I just thought of something. Nobody puts Kiss in the corner.
Ooh, that's how we should end every Kiss Corner.
Nobody.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, nobody puts Kiss in the corner. We're making that a thing.
That's a thing now. Thanks, guys, for giving it to us. Wait a minute. I came up with that. TM. I just trademarked it.
The TM stands for T-Bear.
T-Bear.
T-Bear Mark.
I like that.
What was I just saying?
You were talking about your commercial.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys follow Art's social media, we just posted the, what's his name? Model 316 did some 3D modeling of, he did a coin, which I think we talked about earlier in the chat, but it's been a while. He did a black and white coin, but he did a Whitney, just like a character model of her. And we were talking about possibly doing in the future, every car is driving by while I'm trying to talk. We talked about doing like black and white statuettes or like action figures, and then on Kiss Corner we talked about like arts to do like like old coffin cases they used to have toys in, the action figures, and I wanted to do like a fake commercial with like a little girl playing with the Whitney one, so she just like makes the Whitney just like jump and like kick the Barbie in the face, like other little girls are playing with Barbie, and then she's like, yeah, and then she's just like, Whitney's song is here for the party. And then like driving the Barbie car, like, I'll get my revenge, Chang.
You're no fashionista. Taste my stiletto.
Just kicks the Barbie in the face. Whitney, it seems all you've learned to do is fight. Not just fight, I can brew a good beer, too.
I can brew a good tea.
There's little girls making, like, they have a little brewery station, like, instead of,
They're making beer.
It's non-alcoholic.
It's non-alcoholic.
They make their own near beer. Like, you can have the little, Am I losing you guys? You can have the little easy bake oven.
You're not losing anybody, man. This is good. This is golden.
You can have the easy bake oven, or they're just like brewing up. They're wearing their little black and white like headbands, the Whitney headbands.
What are you doing, Elizabeth?
That's the level of success that we want. So we can make this happen.
I used to always say, and I know this is bad, and it was a joke, it's a joke, but I used to always say, like, I just wanted to get, like, powerful just so I could abuse my power.
I mean, what else is the point, you know?
Yeah, like, if you can't really abuse it, then...
Do you even have it at all?
Right. And so this... But let me just rephrase, like, to abuse the power, this would be the way we would abuse it. We
In
would
the
make,
best way.
Yeah, we would make a stupid TV commercial where the Whitney action figure is beating up Barbies.
I would love to do
Yeah, we
that.
wouldn't be, like, hurting people or anything. We would just
or
be...
exploiting anybody. It's all innocent.
Yeah, it would just be stupid stuff that would only entertain us.
I mean, why even get successful at that point if you're not gonna...
Become totally self-indulgent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Elon Musk. He made, like, a space car.
Yeah, and then put a dummy in the car and took pictures of it.
They were real!
Were those robots? What was that?
Ooh, that was a robot.
What do you mean?
I thought it was a real guy!
No, that's not a real guy in that car.
I choose to believe.
No, it's a dummy.
But they showed
Look
him
it up.
the live stream.
I know, it's a dummy.
Aww.
Look it up. I'm almost positive.
I gotta find out. What was it called? I know.
It's a Corvette. Like, he launched a Corvette out in space with a dummy.
I'm just gonna type in space car and see if
all I could see is that Elon Musk was like, remember one of the heavy metal?
Yes!
Yeah, it was the spaceman in the car.
Heavy metal. Yeah.
Call
One-way ticket to midnight. Remember the Starman? Let's see.
Call it.
Oh yeah, the Starman's fake. I choose to believe he was real. Where is the Starman? Track Elon's Musk Roadster as it flies.
See, that's the level of abuse. That's the crap I want to do.
I mean, that's pretty cool. One day he's gonna come back.
The Starman?
Yes, he's waiting.
He's
in the
a
sky.
starman.
A mannequin dressed in a spacesuit occupying the driver's seat. I wanted to believe he was real so bad.
Well, apparently you did.
I mean, we don't know. He's just telling us it's a dummy.
Well, there are people that you call dummies, so maybe it's just like a really dumb person that
so
volunteered.
And he could never like be mad.
Oh, look, I just screwed up that line just because I was laughing too hard. I'm gonna have to. That's why.
Sorry, Whitney.
That's why we have whiteout. What? Who said that?
Me. I said it. Darn it.
I want this to happen now. I want Whitney. I want the Whitney commercial, like black and white action figures by Mattel. They come out of. It's like Barbie stuff though. So they come out of like the Black Cave. You know, but it's like a Barbie dream house.
A place that, yes.
It's all that cheesy, like weird plastic shaped stuff.
There's like a workstation for Gray working on the suits.
For some reason, there's a bed.
You gotta have it, you know.
Do they even do that for the Barbie Dream House?
I don't know. I think they might be.
Invite Ken over for a
They have to have a bit, yeah. We used to use the Barbie Dream House as our like home base for our like Transformers because we had Beast Wars toys.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. But they had like a little. My friend's Barbie Dream House was really cool because it had an elevator in it. But I remember we shoved Dinobot in there and I had to take his tail off to fit him in because it was the. If you guys are a fan of Beast Wars, remember like the messed up rabbit Dinobot? You could pull the tail off. But I shoved him in there, and then when we pulled up, he got totally messed up in like the tracks of it, and it broke that little elevator.
Oh, it broke the elevator. I thought it broke the.
Well, his foot got jacked.
Yeah, who cares about the elevator?
But
that was your friend's toy, not yours.
The Barbie's hairy, so I get stuck in that thing anyway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Mattel Barbie black and white Barbie toys.
What do we call them? Code name Black and Black. I hear kids playing outside. It's making me want to do this more.
Those would be the kids.
Ooh, what if we had like on that same note? What if there was like Captain Action? There was like a black and white version where the Captain Action could put on black suit.
Ooh, it's like a Barbie and a Ken, and they could actually become.
They could dress up.
I would like that. Let's do it.
Cool too.
Who do we call?
Ghostbusters. I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't know, but we need to make it happen.
I feel like I set you up for a bad joke. That one was on me, guys.
First you tell me the Starman wasn't real. Now this.
The Starman, aka Paul Stanley.
Ooh, there's a Starman.
Man. Just think right now, there's a dummy floating around in a cool Corvette.
There's a dummy waiting in the sky.
What if, like, you know how, like, they were saying, like, the space shuttle was going to crash to Earth at some point? It's going to fall out of orbit?
Oh, no.
What happens when Starman comes crashing?
What if it saves us? What if it hits the space shuttle and moves it out of the way so it just barely misses Earth? Like, what if the Starman saves our lives? Someday, like there's like an asteroid heading, and the Starman's waiting in the sky, and it hits the asteroid.
How many people are in the chat? I think
we should probably go soon. We're losing you guys.
This is becoming
what if it's
very self-indulgent.
What if the Starman ends up like destroying the planet from gathering space debris, and we brought about our own end? It was a picture of Paul Stanley bald.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I have to see this. Can you put it up?
Are you ready? He looks like Lex Luthor.
Is he bald?
I don't know.
Did somebody do that?
Maybe.
He looks happy.
Well, maybe it's freeing.
I don't like that.
Oh no, he really was bald. There's pictures of him driving. No, that's Gene.
Gene's bald too.
Gene was bald too. Gene looks scary. He looks like Kingpin.
Actually, he looks better though.
Yeah, he's got a better shaped head, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he shaved it all the way.
I don't know if you think about it, because those guys are obviously wearing wigs these days, right?
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. They're not wearing wigs. That's all their own hair.
Oh no, I dropped a slammer.
You slammed a slammer.
I need to find it because it belongs to someone. There it is. Oh, it's the gold one too.
You're secretly wanting that thing. So, it accidentally fell into my art bag.
Oh no.
Oh no.
One time Art killed a spider and it fell right in my backpack. That was funny.
One time I killed a spider on the ceiling and flicked it. It went right into my daughter's face.
Oh.
She's deathly afraid of spiders, so she's like, Dad, can you kill this spider?
No.
So I'm like, sure. I'm feeling all like the tough guy. I'm going to help my daughter. I flicked it with a towel because it was on the ceiling, and I flicked it in her direction, and it went right into her face.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. She probably still has nightmares. That's horrible.
We try to do something nice.
I know.
There's a lot of pictures of
spiders.
I know Paul Stanley bald. It's very disturbing.
I don't like this.
All I know is Elon Musk put EVS's trebuchet idea to absolute shame.
He did it?
I think he meant he put it to shame by doing the Starman thing, which is equally as weird, but he actually did it. If he could do the trebuchet. I don't know.
Okay, it has a B in it, right? Is it
Trebuchet?
Trebuchet?
I think so. I think.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
It's not Trev.
It's not trebuchet. Treb.
Treb.
We should probably call it soon.
What time is it?
It's
going on
actually
5?
it's only 4:50. It feels like I don't like this time change.
Yeah, it's getting darker sooner.
So it feels later than it really is.
And the kids are out.
Yeah, they're playing.
And I just ditched the brush and everything. I'm just inking it with marker.
Paul Stanley has really young kids.
He's
Sorry,
got kids?
Yes, his wife looks innocent
Let me see, I gotta see this.
and kind of sad.
There's this whole show going on.
Sorry,
Innocent
you guys.
and
You can
sad?
look. She's like, well, oh.
He's not bald.
He's not bald there. I think
He's crowning. What are they
crowning.
What do they call it? Where you're like, the whole front of his head is going away.
Yes.
He's cresting. I don't know what they call it. There's a name for it.
There is a name.
Look it up.
Apparently, it's midnight now, aka 6 p.m. You better go to bed.
It's close to midnight.
Yeah.
I wanted to finish something. I'm not done with this. How many people do we have in the chat?
We have
2.
We have 13. It's not our biggest number, but I thank you guys for sticking with us.
These are our loyals.
You guys are yes, loyal regulars.
Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate it, guys.
I'm sorry I can't show you the picture of the bald Paul Stanley, but you'll just have to picture it in your head or maybe look it up after this. All I know is
it's going to be
staying with me a while.
What if we did like Kiss here and like what is it like then and now kind of thing?
I think we should do the Kiss sketchbook.
I think we should look into these ID cards. So what do we have? Okay.
Yeah.
So to focus back, okay, so as a stretch goal, we have ID cards.
And possibly the MI10 patches.
MI10 patches. Okay.
Robotics division. I actually really like that idea. The ID card is cool, but we're gonna have to do some major art direction because it's I think it'd be too difficult to do everybody's names
But we could use that same logo, right?
We could use the same logo.
Yeah, so these would be MI10 robotics.
Yeah, I think that's the one everybody agreed. You guys like that one, right?
I think so.
I'm still here while drawing Spawn fan art. Thanks, I almost called you Casper. Thanks, Adam Kalpataru. Yeah, I think everybody agreed on that logo. So either way, I need to do a cleaner digital version of that logo, and we could use it for multiple things.
And so then we had another tier idea, which was just an ash can,
the ash
right?
can, which we should talk to Pamela about that. We would be the first ones doing it, but people seemed in favor.
All
13 people were into it.
That's all we need. We're just doing everything for this 13. Lucky number 13. So yeah, the guy drawing the Spawn stuff had the right idea, because usually we invite people to draw with us. Yeah, so.
Sheldon says, just keep the tea idea in your back pocket.
Oh, that's right.
The black and white tea.
You know what? I really like that idea. It just...
I actually have a friend who makes tea, but she makes loose tea. They're not in bags. I was gonna say, I wonder if she could do like a special brew for us and make like a limited edition black and white mix.
Black and white tea.
Mixing black tea and white tea and put it in a little limited box or something.
Is that legal?
I mean, anything can happen now.
In some countries, you can't mix the two.
Paul Stanley starring in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
First, they're the Phantom of the Park.
The park.
And now he's the Phantom of Broadway.
We should watch those clips and stuff on Kiss Corner. But yeah, if you guys have any more ideas, too, even though the tea thing seems really off the wall, but I kind of like stuff like that.
I really like stuff like that.
It's pretty cool. And,
yeah, I'm a strange guy.
So if you guys have any kind of suggestions, keep telling us for sure. We will look into all of this stuff.
Definitely.
Let's see. The hair is looking great.
Well, thanks, guys.
MI10T.
10T. It's Venti. It's 10T.
Isn't Venti the
It's huge, right?
I don't remember. Is Venti the big one or the small one?
I don't know, actually. For some reason, Venti sounds big.
It does. But then there's Grandi.
Then that's probably bigger than Venti. Okay.
We should probably call this if you want to show off.
Yeah, I wanted to do the blacks on this, but maybe I should finish the pencils. I just have to do the hair. I gotta figure out how that's gonna work. I wasn't real happy with this ripped up stuff there.
Agreed.
And then that. And then I got another patch here that I'll be working on soon. And then I have to draw Little Whitney's song, actually.
Aww.
Yeah, I was pulling out some photos of my kid when she was younger.
Oh, I saw those.
For reference, yeah.
Oh,
so, yeah. So I'll be doing that soon. So, hey, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you haven't gotten out to vote, do so. It's one of the things we do as Americans. And if you don't like the system, then get out and vote. And
you can change it.
Yeah, you can change it. So we have that. Thanks to all 13 people for hanging with us. Those are my people. Those are the black and white diehards. Yeah, so thank you very much. And all the cool stuff that you buy. Love you, dudes. We love you too. Whoa, time's up.
I'm trying to write
Taylor just rang the bell. And so, yeah, so we're going to take all these things in consideration. We're probably going to take a little bit of a food break, and then Taylor and I, oh, thanks for the stream. Yeah, you have a good night too, James. And, yeah, we'll probably talk about this stuff and see what we can do. We're probably going to be in demand for, I don't know, at least another month.
Yeah.
And so we just want to keep inventing stuff and coming up with cool things that we can get you guys, provide you to make this whole black and white Indiegogo more interactive and more kind of what you want it to make it be, because we are doing this for you guys. And like Taylor said earlier, when we first came up with this, we didn't really know what was available to us and what we could really do. So now we have a better idea. And we didn't really have this YouTube stuff set up to this extent either at the time. So we didn't get the feedback from you guys. So now we have that, and we're very grateful for that. So if you guys have ideas and things like that, please just let us know in the future, and we'll talk about it. And we'll try to incorporate those things into the book and into the campaign. So thanks. You want to get us out of here, Taylor?
Yeah, so thanks for joining us, you guys. Make sure to like this video, help boost our views, hit the bell for notifications. That's my sleeve. And
that's my sleeve.
And remember, black and white is still in demand. And if you have suggestions, like Art said, for even stretch goals or tiers, let us know. We'll be talking about that ashcan idea. And make sure to tell a friend if you want to help us get to those stretch goals. We just added the 46K stretch goal to get that button set. And look at these pogs. You want these pogs? They could be yours.
This slams into this. It goes like this.
So make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications on this channel. tell your friends about Black and White while they can still get a copy. And make sure to... Oh, this isn't a monetized channel. We're trying to get our views up, but we have a donations button. And you can donate there to help support us, or you can buy a Black and White book, which is just as good. So thanks, you guys.
Yes, thank you guys so much. So go Pog Wild.